you're behind me. Na 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 na. I'll keep going, nothing can stop me. Na 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 na.
This is the single biggest principle, and it bothers me that people are very careful with their money. The public, when they buy a refrigerator, they get a Consumer Reports, they buy a microwave oven, they do that. They ask people what's the best kind of radar range, or what kind of car to buy. They do research on apartments. When they go on a trip to Wyoming, they get the Mobile Travel Guide, or California. When they go to Europe, they get the Michelin Travel Guide. People will hear a tip on a bus on some stock, and they'll put half their life savings in it before sunset, and they wonder why they lose money in the stock market. And when they lose money, they blame it on the institutions and program trading. That is garbage. They didn't do any research. They bought a piece of junk. They didn't look at the balance sheet, and that's what you get for it. And that's what we're being driven to, and it's self-fulfilling. The public does terrible investing, and they say they don't have a chance. It's because that's the way they're acting. I'm trying to convince people there is a method. There are reasons for stocks that go up.
Well, hello everyone, and welcome to yet another episode of Truth Be Told, where we go over the inconvenient facts and truths, the little niggling things that people like to ignore in mainstream topics in the meme stock world and finance and all things in between. Tonight we're going to talk about the dirty secret that Bill Pulte doesn't want you to know about, and that's the Pulte plan. Or, well, what we think the Pulte plan is, because he never really talks about it, but it's pretty obvious what his game plan is. That's our main topic. We'll get right to that. But we've got a bunch of other fun stuff to go over. So before we get too deep into that, let's bring on our guests. We got Platinum Sparkles. How are you doing?
Hello, good. How are you?
All righty. I'm doing good. And what about you, Amy, that girl trader?
Great. How are you?
Oh, I'm doing fantastic. I know that you've been chomping at the bit to talk about tonight's topic. So why don't we?
It's the biggest story in the world, according to Bill Pulte.
Yeah, I know, right? So on the 20th, which would have been Wednesday, he decided to drop this after teasing it the night before, wasn't it? Or early in the morning on Wednesday.
Didn't tease it. No, he just dropped it.
I'm pretty sure he did, but anyway, irrelevant. So he decides to make another referral. This would be referral number 3. First was Letitia James, then it was
Adam Schiff.
and then it was
Adam Schiff.
Yeah, Adam Schiff, and then it's now
Stacey. Didn't he do Stacey? What's her name? Stacey whatever.
I don't think so. I don't remember that one.
Oh, that wasn't him. Okay, thought it was.
Yeah. So this is number 3. Now, some of you might be noticing a common theme here because Lisa Cook, we'll take it from the class. Who was she nominated by?
Biden.
Correct. So let's see here. Democrat. Starting to see a pattern.
Well, it also, if they can get her off the board, it gives them
a second one.
Well, it pretty much gives them the majority because I think it's like is it a 5-2 split now? I can't remember what it is. I have to go back and check, but it's another yes man to install.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And I have like this sneaking suspicion that this is why Kugler quit. Because
I don't doubt
it. Quit. I think she was either threatened or just had the foresight to see that they were going to come for them,
right,
when all of their sloppiness with Jerome Powell failed.
Right. Well, I think everyone was highly aware of how that was going to go down, which was followed up that as soon as it was referred to the DOJ started immediately saying that, basically adding to the pressure, saying, "Oh, you should resign."
Ed Martin wrote a letter to Jerome Powell saying that he should get rid of her, which he doesn't even have the authority to do.
Right. I guess the first good post here, there's going to be a lot of tweets from Amy, and if there's some of them that I don't highlight that you want to get to, Amy.
Like, I will fully admit that I have like can be a little insufferable about this, but like I don't appreciate the trying people in court of public opinion. Like there's a right way to go about this, and you do an investigation and you get the facts straight. You don't post 2 signatures, start saying she's a criminal, and
Doing interviews on Fox News and Fox
like that.
Business.
This is not how we do things. This is not Nazi Germany where we politically persecute our enemies. Like it's just fucking disgusting and vile behavior.
Yeah. So you made the first post you did on it was that anyone can rent out their primary residence after 12 months from purchase. And you can you can see that it was 14 months after the purchase when she rented it out in response.
And there's a timeline. Like she left her job in Michigan, moved to Atlanta, and she got nominated to. So she bought these houses in 21. She got nominated to. I have to look at the timeline of her. She accepted a job in Atlanta. She worked in Atlanta, and then she got the job as the Fed governor, which is when she put it up for rent. I have to go back and look at the timeline of her change it. But like you can pull up her financial disclosure and see like her employment, and like she's got a ton of different things that she's involved in. Like at the time when she got these mortgages, she was a director at the Federal Home Loan Bank in Philly. Indiana, sorry. Indianapolis, right? Yeah. But she was the director of the at the Federal Home Loan Bank. Like, and hot tip, in 21, like I went and checked the spreads of the difference between like a primary and a secondary, and it is nothing. That changed over in like 22, but where the spread widened on the differences, but like there was no benefit to her to commit fraud. There was not really any difference. And
I think it's this one right here. 1 second. There we go.
No, that I was just saying that these were the lowest rates. But if you go to the one where I put up the post of the 3 mortgages that she put on her financial disclosure that Pulte ended up stealing, that one, you can see that she didn't. Oops, go back. She actually does pay a higher rate, right? So like 2.875 and then 3.25 on the condo in Atlanta. So she didn't get a break in her mortgage rates. Like, what is she committing fraud for? Like, what? It doesn't make any sense.
The point is,
you're telling me she was committing fraud to get a higher interest rate, because he keeps saying she did it to get a lower interest rate and better terms, but there was not really any difference.
Yeah.
In the spread between primary and secondary, and she didn't get a better rate. So like, where's like I don't know.
Yeah, where's the fraud?
Well, I mean, if you go to that Gordon Miller guy, he's been a lender for like 40 years.
We'll get to that. He's a little further down the timeline.
Yeah,
but like you were pointing out, that first tweet I pointed out, I kind of also put on Meltdown that like, oh, what reason could someone want to? I mean, we already kind of discussed it, but like at that point in time, the same day that he did this, the Fed minutes dropped. Yeah. And they were not good news if you were expecting rate cuts.
They were hot.
So it's just like, I think that there is a potential theory behind this.
Well, and everyone's berging out about the Jackson Hole speech, like thinking it's dovish. I didn't think it was dovish at all. I mean, I think like if there's a lot of people who think he's going to lean on job numbers, like to justify a rate cut, but telling you like if CPI comes in hot and like it continues to tick up and stuff like that, I don't really believe that they'll cut.
Yeah, we'll get to Jackson Hole and all that stuff a little bit later, but
yeah,
I think I grabbed the wrong one from here.
It is why it's like so frantic, right? It's because I think they're trying to get her off of the board before September's FOMC.
Yeah. And then
like get somebody in there to push it over into their favor, which is that's it. Like that's what this is not how we do things here. It's not. It's not how we do things in America, where we, mafia style force people to do what we want them to do so that we can work the shit in our favor. Like that's not how this should work. And anyone who's accepting it and sharing it on is, frankly, like I put it in one of my tweets. Like if he can do it to them, he can do it to you.
Anybody, yeah. So like I just wanted to get some clarification because you have more background on this. So like fraud guard, I assume that's not just like fraud protection thing that like normal banks do. It's a particular system.
Yeah, and they are all required to use it. And any mortgage providers are required to use it. But it's like you feed it, and it's got a ton of like the models. Like can you click on my link that I clicked onto the page where it showed? Can you click? Are you on the actual tweet? Go back to my actual tweet.
This one
you
here.
Can click that. Yeah, click that. Slide down. So they'll show you. So here you go. This is all of their analytical tool and the models that they have, right? The ownership and occupancy, which is what he's talking about, right? It performs a nationwide search for properties owned by the borrower and use exception based alerting to identify other properties owned, occupancy issues, foreclosures, and unidentified addresses used by borrowers. So like this, it would catch this what he's talking about, and
right?
Like it's liens and judgments, bankruptcies, like all of it. It scans for all of it. And all mortgage providers are required to use this. So like for it to be fraud and for it to just, they're like, sure, we'll do that. Right. Like it would have to get by the lender, the auditor, like it goes all the way back to like the back end investor, right? The person who's buying the loan in the back end.
Right.
Everybody would have to be okay with it.
And of course, he was saying that all the information that he presented was publicly available when it emphatically was not. He may have used the information that you did of the, well, I think it was more likely the administration just told that was the tip. But like, as far as knowing what mortgages to target, that was already publicly disclosed. Oh, yeah.
That's why I think that Ross guy said something like, it came through like a general audit or something. I was like, I don't even think he's dumb enough to say that this popped up through a general audit. There's no way. That's bullshit. You had to go looking for it. But like your mortgage applications, your financial data, like none of that is publicly available. And even in like the HMDA database that I'm talking about there, like it's literally like it's all anonymous and it's used for like demographic and other trends like that. But it's all anonymous. There is no personally identifying information on there. It's certainly not your financials, and it's not your mortgage application.
Right.
Like you can pull like a few mortgage docs, but like he posted her signatures. So like, and that's what he's trying to say is that he's not like pulling people's private information, and he
did. That's the only way that you would get the loan level documents.
I can't even. Why are you even trying to say that?
Yeah,
that's dumb.
Also, what I think is the gem was the one that you'd mentioned earlier from Gordon Miller, where he basically said this wasn't a crime when she did it. Like that the law changed in 2022.
It's not the law that changed. No, that's not what he's saying. What he's saying is that the same thing I just said. There was no difference in the terms for second homes. And he said that changed. So that changed in like 2022. FHFA director Sandra Thompson initiated that.
Okay.
He says it a little bit. He says here, see, she was hired in Atlanta. She would have had to buy it as a rental for these claims, but she went for work and lived there. Then it becomes a rental once she gets the Fed job and moves again. But when she bought it, the fact it's listed as a primary can be a mortgage definition and not what folks assume. Folks all think she got better terms. No, she did not. And Pulte, he thought Pulte was the FHFA director, but I let him know that he wasn't. But so.
Yeah.
And by the way, let's just call a spade a spade. It's very well known that Ken Paxton has 3 primary residences.
Yeah.
But
And-
we don't,
and like
we
what
don't
we
see
talked
him putting in criminal referrals for Ken Paxton, right?
Right. And like what we talked about with the Adam Schiff one, like this is stuff that had been old news since 2019. And most politicians, because they have the state that where their constituents are, that's their primary residence. And then they have their DC residence. So it's
Right.
like this whole thing is kind of a fucking joke. But it doesn't end there. So we get Donald Trump in a C-SPAN interview.
You're going to fire Lisa Cook, the Fed governor, over her
Yeah, I'll
mortgage
fire her
fraud?
if she doesn't resign, yeah. What she did was
You
bad.
can't fire her.
So I'll fire her if she doesn't resign.
They won't.
So, yeah, when that news broke,
He can't fire her.
Well, you can fire
Why
with
does he
cause, can't he?
look like that?
Like, you can't justify this being a cause yet because, like,
You could fire her for legitimate cause. You can fire her for that. Not, I mean, until this is like.
right. That's what I'm saying. Until the investigation is complete, he ain't doing shit. But having said that, here's the exact time on Friday, yesterday, when he made the statement, and DXY immediately fucking collapses like a fucking folding chair down a whole point.
Well, and this is a point that I
Almost.
made like a while ago. Like, they're pushing so hard for them to lower these rates. Like, and like, just to be clear, and I'm sure you guys know this, like, I'm sure most people do, but Jerome Powell and the Fed controls the Fed funds rate. They don't control interest rates.
Yeah, because the long
Okay.
end of the curve, the mid to long end is all market based.
Correct. I mean, we've had this discussion before.
Yes.
And like, I don't know if Trump thinks that he can somehow control the long end by
Well, like you
bringing the
said,
short end. I don't know. I don't really know what he thinks is. I don't really know what his.
well,
plan
like
is.
what you said,
But-
I think his whole game is like, you were talking about how he wanted to lower interest rates to lower the debt. I think the harebrained scheme that's coming down is he thinks that if he can push down Fed rates, the rest of the curve goes down and he can refi all of the debt, which is like insane. But I mean,
But if you look at his like the financial disclosure he just put out, he bought like $100 million in like muni bonds, in like for like way out and like long duration muni bonds, right? So like that tells me that he believes he's going to get the long end down.
I mean, again, long end is growth and inflation expectations. So I mean, we'll see, because right now the mid end is the mid part of the curve is still inverted, but the long end 20s and 30s, they're up at like 4, almost 5%.
Well, the last 2 times they've cut, the long end has gone up.
Yep.
Because
And I mean, that's what it does at first, like, unless there's some sort of economic change, which I mean,
Well, that just tells
we'll
you
get
the
into
market-
that because there's some of that in the cards that's showing.
That just tells you the market's not buying it.
Yeah.
So.
To add even more to that, later this week, the DOJ prosecutor investigating both, Letitia James and these other claims, just decides to, I don't know, show up at the property for a photo op because I guess.
I mean, what a
being
lame
a creep.
picture. What a lame picture that is.
Yeah. Also, like, if you're going to do the trench coat gig, my dude, at least, straighten out your flaps or something.
Put on a hat.
I know, right? Don't have this stone-faced look, like, at least, ooh, he's doing
It's
serious
like all the
business.
political
Okay,
people
sure.
is, like,
Look at the long tie, though. Oh my god,
He's like Pulte. He doesn't know how to tie a fucking tie.
it's just so ridiculous.
well, Pulte just mistakenly shops in the men's sizes and should be shopping in kids.
So, have you guys gotten the chance to read this article? Most of it's just like catch up on stuff that we mostly already know. There was one part of it. Let's see if I can find it, where like again we get a look into the Trump administration that well, where was it? Anyway, that basically most people with all the like interviews and stuff that Pulte's doing is mostly just he's doing it for show. He's not doing it
Oh,
because
all political.
yeah, all political, 100%. Well, not just political,
Oh,
but
and
like
in
his
one of
own
the,
personal interest.
I think on like Laura Ingram's show or something, he was like, "I'm not a politician." Like,
Oh,
give me a break, bro. No, you're not.
Well,
He's
that's
actually
what-
not. He's not. He's actually in a regulatory position, and it's really like such a diminished position, right? Like,
especially since they're apparently planning to kind of,
it's just it's kind of like it's not a nothing position, but like he's not a front and center role. He's
mhm.
he's not a part of the cabinet. Like,
But he's trying to make it that way. Yeah. People on the
he's
left
just an attention whore,
right.
And a like, I should pull up the meme of the like he's just a asshole sniffer, right? Like the meme that I have of the.
Well, yeah, that's why I made a joke that him and what's the other guy that you always go after are in a human centipede right behind Trump. I mean, that's literally what's going on.
Mr. I ran a G10 rates book for a decade, but I don't know that the Fed's not fucking taxpayer funded. Okay. Hey, bro.
But it isn't
really good. The only thing I didn't like was that they called him a Doberman, and they should have called him a fucking Chihuahua.
But he isn't the only one. Like the left isn't the only one screaming about this. Like the Wall Street Journal opinion article comes as an opinion article that basically comes out like it's the entire board, the editorial board. It's like, yeah, nah, bro, we're not digging the fact that you're making this like a political prosecution of these people and trying to weaponize your position to try and go after people.
Yeah, like what's he doing to, I don't know, make homes more affordable for regular Americans? Like anything?
Nothing.
Or
not
like, what is this bullshit, honestly?
He's actually doing the opposite because lowering the interest rates is probably going to make the housing prices go up. And that's really not even the problem. Like, if you look and what you should be probably, I'm sure you're seeing on your timeline now is like the amount of buyers to sellers in homes.
Right? And the sellers are starting to outnumber the buyers.
Right. And like, I think, even like the people who lowering the interest rate, right? Like, and I think I've told you guys before, like they're building like entire neighborhoods of just rental homes. Like, I don't think that there's still probably a good amount of people who want to own homes, but I don't think it's the priority that it used to be. And I'm starting to wonder if we're going to see a shift of like for me, for example, right? Like, so when like I enjoy having to not do maintenance on a house anymore. And like, I don't even have to take my garbage out. I have concierge garbage, right? Like, I don't have to do anything. If something happens here, I go on an app and I'm like, it's fixed by the time I get home from work. Like, I've done it. I've maintained a home and like, it's all fine and good. And there's still probably some people that like really like want that. But like, for me, I'm just like, I mean, I don't miss it.
Right.
So like, and I think that because homes aren't really appreciating assets anymore, right? Like if you're buying homes like way up here at the top, like that's not where you put your money to make more money. So I mean, I don't know. I have to wonder if we're starting to see a shift in all of that. And I don't know what it means for the future, but
right.
It's interesting.
Well, funny you should mention that because that was some of the stuff I had in the tab here.
I didn't even know that. Yeah.
So home prices fell a record 39 major U.S. metro areas in July.
Fell in a record?
Yeah. This chart's a little... So, like, what is... I guess right when they were, I guess this is when they were hiking rates, was this one right here. And then this is our current area. And then let's see here. This one was an interesting one. New houses are now cheaper than existing homes.
Yeah,
That's
right.
a weird statistic.
Tell my builder that.
Existing homes
Mhm.
more.
I think it
More
depends where you are.
expensive. You know,
It does.
well,
It
that's the
certainly does.
problem with housing is it's pretty regional, but like these are national averages, so it can be kind of distortive as to the reality for some people. Let's see here.
No, I think you're right, but I think it definitely depends on where you live.
Now this one's typical home sales spends
Yeah.
in 45 days in the open market. 43 days in the market. So these are the number of days, median days on market in which U.S. homes went under contract during the month of July. A really weird and specific statistic, but okay. But this is the slowest things have been since 2015.
I think it gets slower, truthfully. Like, because even when you get lower interest rates, like sellers aren't willing to lower their asking prices. Like, and until sellers start lowering the asking price, and like I think I saw a statistic now where like new builds are cheaper than homes on the market.
Well,
So
I'm sorry.
you're okay.
Yeah, Cannon Fire, it's gonna be a wake me up when September ends scenario.
That's what I
You're
just
gonna be
said.
sleeping
Like,
for a while.
it's
Good
well
night forever.
documented. I think there was a CBS article about Ken Paxton and his 3 primary residences, but we're not seeing that. So, but anyway, yeah, if people don't start lowering the asking price, like you're not like
Right.
that's what has to happen. And
Well, I think that's what we're going to see a lot more of because, like we've talked about the general consumer being tapped out by current prices of things, not just in housing but all sorts of goods. Eventually, these people are going to have to get over the fact that COVID and the post-COVID reopening was an aberration, and that home prices have to come down to some degree at this point because like people are used to the outrageous prices that like the same thing happened with auto, like used cars and new cars, where you had these out of control prices that happened because of distortions from COVID.
Well, that's what they're trying to do. Really, is they're really just trying to like reactivate COVID and get the interest rate down as low as possible, and because like a lot of people's worth, their net worth, or their wealth, right, is built in the price of their home, right? Like you've heard the term house rich, right? Like
right.
Right.
It's kind of like being paper rich, except it's a house.
Yeah. And so I think that that's really what they're trying to do. And because everybody feels so house rich right now, and so if we lower the interest rate and we can spur the market on, then the wealthy.
And I don't even think cutting interest rates are going to fix that problem.
No, it won't. Like it won't lower the prices, not at all.
Well, I think the prices would still go lower because at the end of the day, most people can't afford homes at these prices. So you're going to run out of buyers.
Yeah, but the way that like how the housing market, like how cyclical it is, like it takes a lot of time. So like if they think just like lowering the interest rate is going to, I don't know. It's a mess. It's a mess. And I don't know. I just think the housing market's in for a really rough time.
Yeah. So 2 things to finish up the Pulte stuff before we move on. First, do you guys retweet yourself regularly?
So like the only time I retweet myself is to add on to the tweet, right? Like, so like I'll retweet and I'll put on the top, but like adding to this, right? Like,
yeah.
So that it flows almost in like a thread, but I don't retweet myself and
just
say,
to pat myself on
oh
the
my
back.
God, I was so right. This is so good.
Uh,
The comments
uh,
on that are hilarious, by the way.
I bet.
The best ones were the people who were like, "Do you know that you're retweeting yourself and like reaffirming yourself?" And I'm like, "Yes, he knows.
Oh, he
He
knows.
knows.
Of
That's
course
the
he knows.
point.
He likes all of
Um,
his tweets too, by the way, guys. Like shouldn't be a surprise to anybody."
Jesus. So we do have an update in the discrimination lawsuit by the former um, FNMA employees. We did get an extension of time approved. The response from the defendants, which would be Fannie Mae and Pulte. No, not Pulte on this one. Pulte's the other is on the defamation one.
Correct.
It's just Fannie Mae here. So they kicked out the time to respond till September 9th. So
The time for them to respond?
yes, to the complaint. So we will get something around September 9th. But that is
Oh
it.
yeah, because you were asking about that, right? The 20, what is it? How many days? 20, 21
Yeah,
days?
21 days, and they replied a little late. But, courts or whatever, especially if you're going to ask for an extension time.
Yeah.
Like it's in the interest of justice. Like a timeline makes sense. You want to make sure people do it, but if it's like, you're not just going to give default and whatever. If they come in and say they want an extension time, you're going to give it to them.
Southern.
But
Yes, we are being led by a bunch of Pultes. Southern, sorry to tell you that.
in fact,
It's
Pulte
true.
got
What I
employed
hear is
today.
it's more like herpes. It's going to spread throughout.
Oh my goodness. But like I was saying earlier, so let's talk about Jackson Hole and Fed rate cuts potentially. Some people are seeing 25 or 50 basis point cut for September. There seemed to have been a suggestion that there's I believe the term was a shifting balance of risks that may warrant policy adjustment. Man, that may is doing a lot of work in there. So like that's always been the thing that Jerome Powell is good at is he kind of hints and leads where things might be going, but doesn't like paint himself into a corner so that like, if policy does need to change that he doesn't say something that makes him do something.
Well, he's never, like, I don't know why anyone would think that he would completely flip because of one job report.
Mm-hmm.
He's never, like, we've gotten bad reports before. And
Uh-oh.
1 month of data does not make.
Right, but we've had several months of adjustments downward that have been pretty bad. So
on the jobs, not on the jobs, no way, because Trump was just tweeting out it was the best jobs report ever, like a month before.
But we also got some other information out that we're now up to highs again, that 62% of Americans now expect higher unemployment rate over the next 12 months.
Yeah.
Excitable.
Out the window. Huh?
You have a big dog over there too?
No. She was just
like your
barking
little
up the window.
doggies.
Yeah, that is the bigger of the small dogs. Flipping out.
Well, they sound scary, so they're doing a great job.
He's very scary. Yeah, you should watch out.
We also got some other economic data in that we have a growing number of bankruptcies. Year to date through July is the blue on each of these years. And of course, on the last year, our current year, we're not going to have the gray part. But we're already ahead of the previous 2 years, and even going back all the way to COVID. COVID is the only one that's been relatively close as far as bankruptcies. So it seems to be weakening. Also, when it comes to oil production, still in the negative for Trump, 7 months or 8 months in at this point. So,
well, and Cannon Fodder is right. Cannon Fodder just, you can buy it as a primary and later turn it into a rental. You can also buy it, like the one in Michigan could have been listed as that, and then she took a job in Atlanta and then sold the one in Michigan. Like, we're not seeing, he's only showing like a snapshot of when she bought it, right? Like, we don't know what
Right.
happened after. And like, you can buy it and say, I'm going to live here, and then sell that house or whatever it is. Like, that we don't know the circumstances of what happened after or
It's
anything,
been-
because he didn't put in any of that information. He just
Right.
throws accusations like a grenade and says that she's a criminal and that she should be, like, one post he said, like, you can go to jail for 14 months. By the way, like, go to the James Fishbeck one where they were posting that headline about the woman who got.
Oh, let me see. I bet you can find it off your timeline because I know you brought it up.
Well, yeah, I quote tweeted him because him and Pulte were both posting this headline. So I was like, what is this really about? Because mortgage fraud, typically, to be convicted, they would have to default, like, their damages, right? There would have to be damages. And like, so I was like, let me go see what this really is. So scroll down, because they're just posting that headline, right?
Mm-hmm.
Look at it. A Lakewood woman who's been found guilty of 5 felony charges for lying to banks that funded mortgages for 3 properties that later went into default, causing about $660,000 in losses to the lenders. Bingo, there's your damages. So, like, and they're just making it sound like that we have no evidence that she lied to banks. We have no
Right.
evidence, like, is she paying her mortgages? Like, is she in good standing with it? Like, all of those things matter.
Right. And also, what was it when we were listening to like the Cosisis case leading into the whole Zach Morris thing, where they talked about more like inducing a bank into a loan is a civil penalty if you still complete the loan and continue to pay on it and everything. Right. It's like, what was the difference here is they defaulted. And injury.
Almost, I mean, $660,000 in damages to lenders, right, and losses. So like that, these things matter. Like, facts matter, and that's really what pisses me off about all of this, right? Is like, the facts matter. You don't get to go out on Twitter to the whole world and then go on every fucking show that will have you and say that this woman committed mortgage fraud when you have showed nothing but 2 signatures. That's it.
And just a bunch of statements that you expect us to take at face value.
Yeah, just hyperbolic accusations and, like.
Yeah. So we also had some earnings reports that came in a little stinky. Target was one of them.
A little stinky.
Was the other. That on the same day that it wasn't just that, like, because they beat expectations for this quarter, but their forward guidance was not pretty, is my understanding of how that went down for both of them.
I mean, I don't know how that's possible. Like, I had to go by Target today to just pick something up from Drive Up. Like, every freaking thing is full. Like, every time I go to Target it is insane. Like, I don't know how they're not making that. I don't know what Target's doing. Like, maybe it's just
it's just small margins. Like, retail outlets have very small margins. They make money by volume, right. And so it depends, I guess, on the Targets. So, or the Walmart in question.
Yeah.
On store to store sales, like, how are they doing?
Right.
So, we usually have a big tariff segment, but today, thankfully, it's going to be very small. So we got another Fell For It Again award. Oh, that's not what I wanted to do. Whoopsies. I closed one too many tabs.
Is this all the free money they're going to give away?
Oh, yeah, all the free money they're going to give away. Actually,
because that worked out really well for the country.
We want to pay down the debt first before we give out the rebate checks, which is a soft way of saying it ain't happening.
It's never happening.
Never happening.
But
how much is the?
You guys can Venmo us.
Yeah. But we also have that. Apparently, Trump is saying that he's now going to be conducting tariff investigations to see if any of the naughty boys and girls have not been paying their tariff fees. Who knew that when you increase tax rates to such a degree that there's going to be people who are going to smuggle and create black markets? Who could have possibly seen that one coming? But it also has, because it was directed at the furniture industry, a lot of furniture outlets like Restoration Hardware got absolutely clobbered Friday.
Well, did they just have earnings too, or was this from the announcement?
It doesn't say that there was earnings, and I don't see it from this tweet. You could look up here if they did, but
maybe not. I thought.
But yeah, it said
but maybe not.
Quarterly earnings. Let me pull it up here real quick. Was May? Their last quarterly earnings was May 3rd. So yeah, this was just straight from the announcement, down 8%.
Okay.
Fun times to be had for everyone. It also sounds like a great scoop opportunity, scoop and score. I mean, if it ends up being just another Trump bluff, you just got the stock at an 8% discount.
Taco trade. Jump all the chickens out.
I don't know if this is so much a taco trade, so much as a fucking nightmare in my portfolio. Let's talk Intel.
Oh God.
So at the beginning of the week, there were ruminations from Trump that's like, well, we're not going to give you the CHIPS Act money unless you give us something for it, which last I checked was not in the law that Congress passed. But here we are. So they wanted a 10% stake in Intel in order for Intel to get the CHIPS Act money, which immediately tanked Intel at the beginning of the week. Here's my life all over again. Then we got this wonderful interview on CNBC from Howard Lutnick that we'll play that I thought was pretty amusing.
Intel to be successful in America, okay? We'd like an American transistor built in America, right? We'd like an American to be doing that. So Donald Trump says, hey, look, let's turn the money that Biden was going to just give away and turn that to equity for the American people. Yes, it is a worse deal than giving it away. But when you put this money in the hands of Donald Trump, you're going to get a better deal for the American taxpayer. That's who Donald Trump is, and it's obviously the right move to make.
Well, all right, you may be obvious to you. Do you get governance here? By the way, once you're in for 10%, do you have to go in for even more?
No. Come on.
No, what?
Come on, stop that stuff. It's not governance, right? We're just...
But you're a shareholder. Like, you have a vote on these things. How's it not like the government doesn't just do stuff like this and just like isn't that what's going on with Fannie and Freddie right now? That, you know, they have oversight. They're like, they majority own the company, and like you're telling me that they're just going to take 10% and Donald Trump isn't going to do anything. Nothing.
Did you see? I'm sure you have it in here. His message where it didn't cost the U.S. anything.
We'll get to there. Down the timeline.
Please tell
down
me
the timeline portal.
Because that was great.
Then Intel gets a, I believe it was a 7% stake for $2 billion. To SoftBank, who bought shares, I think at like 23 or 24 or something like that. So we'll put a pin in that. So they get an equity investment from SoftBank. Then we get this wonderful thing on Friday that
Massa, right? And he has ARM, so
right, and TSMC is not required. So this is the weird, crazy thing. So they are going to take the government is proposing an equity stake for the chips revenue for Intel, but TSMC can just get free government money. Okay, but they're totally not going to be, you know, controlling Intel or telling it what to do. Then when the deal seemed to not going to be going the way that Trump wanted, but he said, well, then we'll just take the $2 billion in chips money we were going to give to Intel and just put it into critical minerals and stuff like that. And then finally Intel's like, fuck it, fine, we'll give you your 10%, fucking whatever. Which if you're keeping track now, so a 7% stake to SoftBank and a 10% stake to the government, that's almost 20% of dilution that has to come at some point. So when? Because it sure hasn't been priced in yet at $25, which it closed at after hours. Like this, like at current price at $25, that's literally $5 off the price. That's back down to $20 a share if they just did it all at once. And we haven't seen any disclosure to the SEC about, selling these shares yet. But that's like just straight up dilution. Oh yeah, this tweet which you were talking about, it was originally on Truth Social, but there's the Truth Social account that puts it out on X.
Right.
That this was a great deal. We got the shares for free. We didn't have to give anything.
You got the shares for free.
And then, of course, this is the only good thing about X, community notes, because he immediately gets gets community noted. U.S. did not pay nothing.
Did he just rework the CHIPS Act money? Is that really what he did?
And some other money from other allotments from Congress. So it's not just the CHIPS Act's money. They also diverted.
So has that money already been appropriated?
Yeah.
Okay.
So it's a total of $8.9 billion. Amazing. Now, obviously, this has caused some ruffled feathers because Republicans are like, hey, wait, this looks an awful lot like government dealing in private entities.
Oh, just now or with NVIDIA and Apple? I mean, like.
I know, right? Because they get 15% of their revenues for anything sold in China.
Yeah. Like I said, these like the sending in Joe Pesci to collect at all of the mom and pop stores. Mom and pop stores because it's NVIDIA and Apple, but you know what I mean?
I have a special finger for being on the source of libertarian stuff, but I have to just briefly deal with a part of this post because it's silly. First of all, essentially what really means is American economy cannot compete with China when it comes to semiconductor production. Say what? First of all, Taiwan Semiconductor is not part of the CCP or China. It's kind of in the name. It's Taiwan. So
and they're building a factory here. They're building a fab plant here.
And they're working with Intel on their factory.
Correct.
So and again, also complete misunderstanding, mentions NVIDIA skyrocketing. They don't make their chips. They just design them. I hate it when people who have no fucking clue about the industry in which they pontificate decide to have their Twitter moments about AMD does not make their own chips. They just design them. NVIDIA does not make their own chips. They just design them.
Taiwan Semiconductor makes them.
Makes them all.
Yeah.
So
not for Intel.
I feel like that should just be a live stream unto itself, talking about some of this tech stuff that apparently most people just whoosh.
Well, everyone's an expert in everything, right?
Yeah. But we did also get some stellar memes out of this. I'm pretty personal to that one. We got this, which is back there on the board. And then, of course...
Oh, did you put it up on your board?
Yes, I did. And then this one. This one's also pretty good. Oh, my goodness. But Intel has also led me down the dark path because now that Trump has got the government invested in it, here comes all the retards. Bam is saying
my response, I put buy puts tomorrow.
Oh my goodness. Bam is not the only one that's bullish. In a tweet that I think it was Buckaroo Capital or something like that was posting about Intel and how because of Trump, he was taking a small stake. Guess what I found in the comments section?
F.
Oh my God.
Do you now know how I feel as an Intel shareholder going okay, it's a struggling company. I'm going to take a little bit here and there's a chance it took AMD 10 years to turn around from its ass kicking, but like they're doing all right. Their GPU sector with their graphics cards is starting to get better
Maybe Nvidia
progressively.
too.
And things are going on. Like, maybe this could be good. And then I see this BAM investor and fucking PP seeds coming in on this trade, and suddenly it's just like,
I mean, Nvidia too,
please
right?
don't make Intel a meme stock, please. Actually,
Nvidia had a good
I can
run.
run up and sell right before it collapses. But like,
Nvidia is the same. Like Nvidia had a good run during the crypto super cycle, right, when they were making all the GPUs, but then it was like until a year and a half, 2 years ago.
Yeah. We're almost done with the Trump stuff because it's been a while since we talked about the Trump mobile stuff. Did you happen to see this
I
one?
saw the SpyGen tweet.
Yeah. So basically they took you can see it, like it's not that
you have
great
to zoom in
because,
pretty close. Like
but you can see
it's
their
on the flag.
logo
Yeah, you can see their
on the phone. So they basically took one of their images and just spliced it in there and put the American flag and
Does
Trump
SpyGen
logo.
still have that tweet up?
Yes, they do. But you want to know
if
who?
You scroll down, if you scroll down on there, keep going. They add to go to the comments. There you go, right there.
Right. Yeah. And so theirs is still there, but you want to know what happened to the original one? Fantastic. So
didn't even remove the logo.
Yeah, which is kind of sad. We do. Some of you may.
Is Kai's there? Is that what happened?
What?
Kai's the trademark stealing.
No, he goes in and applies to steal people's patents.
Right.
And trademarks. I talked about this one last night. So I'm not going to go over it in depth. That's why I did it Friday night, to go over it in depth so we don't have to spend 40 billion years on this. But I did find a copy of the Andrew Tate lawsuit against TikTok.
Oh, you did?
The whole thing.
The $1 million one?
Boy, howdy, is this hilarious. Do you want to know how they're making their claims against TikTok and Facebook? Because I'm pretty sure this is the same as the Facebook one. They are suggesting that TikTok, because it was doing this it banned them at the direction of the government, citation needed, that they're a state actor and liable under the First Amendment and federal law while they're filing in state court. Make it make sense. I'm not going to go over everything here, but there's a couple funny ones here, like paragraph 31. Though arrested in Romania and placed under house arrest in connection with criminal investigations, neither was or has been convicted of human trafficking and sexual exploitation. Well, that case is still ongoing, so not exactly a great way to handle that one.
Have they not seen where they literally say they're doing it, or?
Well, they're hoping that the judge and TikTok's lawyers are just, I guess, brain dead. 36 was great, that they the compound emotional and financial toll induced medical complications. Yes, these little fuzzy snowflakes are so hurt about getting banned from a social media platform that it caused them emotional and physical anguish. I thought they were supposed to be some fucking alpha males. Apparently they're the biggest fucking beta males known to fucking man. Oh, I got banned from TikTok. Oh. But yeah, that whole lawsuit was more of a gem than I thought it was ever going to be, because like, they expect you file a lawsuit and people can't find it as a matter of public record, or like, I don't get it. Like, did they think that no one would notice that they put these out there to the world for everyone to see, and it just wouldn't be found, or no one would notice?
I don't know.
Anywho.
I hate them, so I try not to pay much attention to them.
Yeah, I actually just finished that book, the Clown World book.
Oh yeah.
Oh, the one about them.
Yeah, they're the worst.
Yeah, how was it?
About that?
The book is good. No, it was Joey who recommended that book.
Joey.
Yeah. And good recommendation. Also, I mean, like, I already didn't like them in the first place, and
now you have even more reason.
I really don't like them.
Still don't like them, obviously, but it was an interesting story.
This doesn't help you to like them, yeah.
Not at all.
Not at all. All right.
That
so
should be surprising to no one.
We did have an update in the Zach Morris. Well, first of all, before we get to the lawsuit, he was earlier in the week really, really sad about people on social media.
Hey guys, I just want to thank you for all the support. I'm done with social media. You know, my focus is on my girl Milky and my chat room. That's where I'll be. That's where you can find me if you want to trade with me. But yeah, I'm done with social media. It's all toxic. It's all fucking negative shit. It's like, life's too short, guys, who gives a fuck? You know, it's just trying to.
Oh, is it toxic because you keep running scams and people keep calling you out on them? I need someone. The good news is he's back from Vietnam, guys, which is good because
well, I mean, and also didn't leave social media, so
yeah, he was back on social media. Like
nobody does.
The very next day,
everyone's like, "That's it, I'm done," and then they're back.
Yeah.
Everybody wants to leave. They pull you back in.
We did get the supplemental briefs that the court requested, as far as I guess the hearing is in October, right?
Did they move it out?
Let me check here.
I thought it was in the beginning of September. To begin
Maybe
with.
it was. Maybe that I was just misremembering, and yeah, it was the beginning of September. But all the supplemental briefs as to Kasisis are filed and in. So I don't want to spend too much time on those, but those are there, and you can read them. I'm sorry. I agree with the government's argument. These people are scumbags. Send them to prison already. So
I mean, it's going to come to a lot of meme stalkers' surprise who,
well,
they were found not guilty, but you know, whatever.
And again, like I said, you know, if they're found not guilty, that means that Mr. Andrew Left is probably going to get left off the hook too, because I mean, he basically did the same thing on some of those manipulation posts. So if they're not guilty, then like
a little different though. They weren't. Well, were they setting up like fake websites and stuff like that?
No,
I don't
not
think
that
so.
I know
It's a little different. I think
they
Andrew
weren't putting that much work in.
was a little more of a
well, I don't know. Like, I mean,
deal,
I guess
right? Like he was getting paid by hedge funds and then making up fake receipts allegedly, right?
Well, I feel like it depends on if they were getting money to run these pump and dumps.
Right.
Right. Like
Yeah.
I think
which would be in the complaint, you would think.
Mm-hmm.
Would it?
Wouldn't it?
I don't know. Like
you would think.
Like that DAT chat thing and like I mean I don't know, like with the going on a business trip thing, like I don't know. I just like if I guess it would depend on if contracts exist or if it was just like a I don't know, handshake and a tipple. I don't know.
Right.
I think it depends on like getting them under oath and asking the question, but I guess we'll see.
Yeah.
I guess it would be in the complaint, but
you would hope.
Yeah, you would think. But.
So apparently, we also have a new Charles back. He's back again. Shady's back.
He's back.
Hello, friend.
Again.
You do have what he, I was gonna say you do have what he wrote in there, right?
Yeah, I do. This like it's just so fucking tasteless to like have this in an SEC filing.
Yeah, but it's Schmack, so
hey, this investment is a small part of an otherwise diversified portfolio. B, this investment is a quantum of capital they can afford to completely lose. And C, if they do lose their entire capital, they will embody the adage from President Trump that there can be no crying in the casino. Something that
Chamath is he's the meme coin rugger of SPACs. And to social capital and all that bullshit, to come back and try it again is just if you buy this, right? If you buy Chamath shit, own it, and you deserve whatever happens to you. So I don't actually care that he wrote that in there because I would have preferred to be if it said, if you follow me into this and buy this shit, then you're gonna probably almost 100% lose your money. Just saying. But I don't feel anything about that. If you buy his stuff, then that's on you, bro.
I just find him and his all-in podcast bros a bunch of fucking scumbags. Right. And the fact that he would put something like that in the SEC filing is just kind of proves that out.
Well, he got a lot of shit. Of shit.
Well, I mean, what was it? The last time we talked about him, he had that poll where he said, "I'm thinking about doing a SPAC again," and everyone basically downvoted for him and gave him shit. I don't think he understands that nobody fucking likes him. He doesn't have heat. He has go away heat. No one wants you around, bro. Nobody.
Mm-hmm.
I suppose more. Yeah. Did we ever get anything on that? I know we keep coming back to this. But
he said they were probing her third mortgage, and then he put out a post that's the next post was that which that one's an investment property. I didn't think he was gonna
find
say anything about that. So it was the post where he said we have obtained a document Lisa Cook submitted to the U.S. government while serving as Federal Reserve Governor. In it on February 28, 2020. It's the screenshot that he stole from me. That was his big announcement.
What?
Yeah, he said
that's even more of a nothing
on February
burger than
28, 2023. She represents to the U.S. government that the Atlanta property is her personal residence. However, Lisa Cook, as then sitting Fed governor, and 6 months earlier on September 1st, 2022, appears to have listed the same property for rent. By the way, the thing that he uses to show that she lists, it's a Zillow listing, by the way. And it says that it was
great evidence
listed for rent on the 1st of September, 2022. On September 16th, 2022, the listing was removed. So I think I tweeted about it. I was like, was the property rented? Did something in her life change where she was like, okay, let me pull that. I'm going to do this. I'm going to, whatever it is. That's what I'm saying.
But you don't know and you can't tell.
Circumstances matter. Facts matter. And you put up a fucking Zillow listing of it and give no, nothing. And you're just like, look at this. Yeah. Right. And we don't know how she was declaring this on her taxes. We don't know, nothing. We know no information about it. And he's already tried and convicted this woman on Twitter.
Yeah. Oh, I'm with Carson Block, and I like using his slogan for Chamath, calling him SPAC Jesus.
Yeah, he does hate him for sure.
So, just two more things before we move into meme stock plan. And we are way ahead of schedule. Jeez.
Great. That's about to have to chug some Unbuzzed.
So, did anyone know that Kanye West apparently had put out a meme coin?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and he rubbed it
the same day, and it was that same dude.
Was it the guy from Libra?
No, I don't think it's the same dude. I think it was different people, but they were bragging about it. I think
it was the same guy that CoffeeZilla talked to. I'm pretty sure.
No. That guy's in jail.
Yeah, this is a different person. I'm pretty sure.
Holy fuck! Holy fuck! We're going to a billion dollars! Let's fucking go!
And this was all on Instagram, apparently.
Welcome to crypto.
Yikes.
Anyway, so yeah.
No, because it got up to like, I think it went over 3, right? And then he rugged it.
Yeah.
See, I was thinking it was the Libra guy because they actually just got those funds back. So I thought that's who was doing it. I don't know. But
yeah, it said inside. Well, here's the Protos article saying insiders and Libra snipers hijacked Kanye's $3 billion YZY coin.
Mm-hmm.
So you were right. It was also snipers on Libra.
Well, but see, Libra snipers, but like, I mean, I guess there were snipers, but the one guy with the glasses that was everywhere. I think didn't Zillow talk to him? The turkey looking dude. You know who I'm talking about, and his name is escaping.
Yeah, that's the one who I was talking about. I forget what his name is too.
Right. Like he just like pulled the liquidity, and so like I don't know if he was behind Kanye's, but
yeah,
it would not surprise me at all.
We do have an update. Before we move on to the meme stock world, we do have an update in Amy's lawsuit that she brought to us, the Lululemon lawsuit against Costco, that I think we all agreed seemed kind of, I can see why you maybe thought, but I'm also not sure
it's out of it. Yeah.
But anyway, we got an answer to the complaint. Now, as we do normally with these answers to the complaint, since they basically respond to everything and they do it line by line, I think it's the most annoying way to respond to a complaint, but that's how you do it. We're just going to skip all of this because mostly they're denying everything, except for stuff that's like verifiable. Like, yes, that is your product. Yes, that's our product, but like, we don't think
we talked about this, right? I'm like, that wouldn't it be a Danskin problem and a jockey problem? Like, I don't know that it's Costco's problem, right?
Yeah.
Like, I mean, Costco didn't create it. They're the reseller.
So the first cause of action, trade dress infringement. No representative pleading is required for the allegations set forth in paragraph 61. Costco hereby incorporates by reference its responses to the paragraphs above. Costco lacks knowledge or information sufficient to form belief about the allegations and denies everything else. Trademark infringement. Same thing. Just going to deny everything. Not surprised there. Traditional trade dress infringement. Same thing. Going to deny everything. Trade dress infringement. Again, denying. Denying again. Some more denying. More denial. Same. Wow, I didn't even realize there were these many clauses of action that they had filed. I guess it's been a while since we covered this one, but yeah, looks like pretty much they're denying everything. Affirmative defenses. Costco asserts the following affirmative defenses without assuming the burden of proof for any defense. Headings are included for convenience only and does not limit their defenses. They could add others. First one, trade dress invalidity. Invalidity. Yeah.
That is a hard word to say.
Yeah, I know, right? The alleged registered defined trade dress is invalid.
Right? Like invalid.
Invalidity?
There you go.
Invalidity? That sounds like an invalid? Like that.
Yeah, I know, right? Is not protectable or enforceable under federal, state, or common law because the alleged registered defined trade dress does not act as a source identifier nor inherently distinctive and has not acquired a secondary meaning. The alleged registered scuba mark is invalid, not protectable, and or enforceable under federal, state, or common law. The alleged registered scuba mark is generic and was generic when it was registered, does not serve as a source identifier, and is therefore not entitled to trademark protection. So basically they're saying your stuff's too generic, it can't be protected under trademark, have a nice day. Patent invalidity, I assume, is the same thing. You can't patent this, it's generic, get over yourself. Fair use. Lululemon's claims are barred in whole and in part by the doctrine of fair use. any use by Costco of any of Lululemon's alleged intellectual properties is and has been fair use. That's an interesting defense for a clothing line to claim fair use. That'll be interesting. Statute of limitations. Lululemon's claims are barred in whole or in part by the application of estoppel. Statute of limitations. Yeah, an equitable estoppel. Basically, you waited too long to file. 12th cause of action is barred in whole and in part by the doctrine of patent misuse. Interesting. Good faith. Lululemon's claims are barred in whole or part because Costco's conduct was at all times and in good faith and with non-willful intent. Adequate remedy at law. Lululemon is not entitled to equitable relief because there is an adequate remedy at law. Costco reserves the right to state additional affirmative defenses or claims as its investigation and discovery continues. So there you go. There's some interesting defenses in there that I didn't expect, like fair use on a clothing patent. What are we doing here? I'm confused. But some of those are less surprising. So we're on to the meme stock thing, and as a bridge into meme stock world, why not talk about something like, oh, I don't know, pump fund? Not going to go over this whole lawsuit, this filing again, because I did it Friday night for that specific reason. I just wanted to highlight that I thought it was interesting that they're making RICO claims, because I remember when we went over this, and I don't think we got the time to thoroughly go over it. And I guess I totally forgot that they had RICO charges in there. And so what this entire filing is, that's like 44 pages long, is them basically specifying the RICO claims as is required by local rules. And I didn't realize that Solana is being charged as part of their RICO conspiracy. Solana and some of the apps on Solana for, making coins or tokens. So like, interesting. We'll see how that plays out. I mean, Amy, you're our Solana researcher.
Spider-Man meme.
Everyone all at once everywhere. Okay. So
no, it was you.
Before we get into it, I thought this was a fun article that I'm gonna have to sit down and actually read sometime. But investors lose billions on US penny stocks and pump and dump scams multiply. Huh. I think it's
Shocking.
on. Yeah, it's shocker. It seems to be a recurring theme, especially when you got, people that buy into crazy things like oil companies that don't actually have any oil and, stuff like that. But I think the funniest thing that came this week that we're going to start with is here.
Oh, God.
Next Friday.
The 29th is going to be the worst day for these folks. Just saying.
No, it won't be. They will just.
So what you're saying is
for the BBY Qers, it will be.
No, the worst day should have been probably the 29th.
It should have been, but they believe that this is their golden ticket.
So what you're saying is, when is this going down?
The 29th.
Next Friday.
So what you're saying is Thursday I should buy calls.
What I'm saying is BBBY is going to be trading without them.
Yeah. But they're going to buy it anyway, right?
Hopefully, because I bought some Beyond, so let's go.
But yeah, they were all over this. There were conspiracy theories spanning left and right.
Perfect. Yep, shorts are going to totally have to close all that.
That the ticker wasn't preserved. So
obviously.
Yeah. If you weren't up to speed already with the obvious, here you go.
Yeah, which I mean, if anyone took wasted their time to watch all of Jake's PowerPoints, I'm sure.
Oh my God, because he has 3 of them now, doesn't he?
Right, and I'll bet preserving the ticker is probably in there. Along with, the credit bid that happened in July of 23 that
didn't go anywhere.
They magically never filed anything about it or anything.
Oh my goodness. Speaking of which, so you responded to Afif, and he deleted his post.
Yeah.
What was that even about? Like,
Oh my
I
God,
put it
he
right
just
there.
went off the rails.
BBBY is the spinoff. That's it. That's the tweet.
No, is a spinoff by Baby. Even if you acknowledge this idea before, DK Butterfly, your future parent shell will be Teddy.
what?
Nope,
He's just
No.
intellectual.
none of that is true.
No.
No, it's not. And you'll hear them all talk about the big transaction, right? And this Keiretsu that I guess like every bankrupt company that's ever gone bankrupt is going to come back to life under Ryan Cohen and Teddy, which is not even a real thing. That is something they made up.
Well, Teddy is a real thing, but it's literally
Teddy
just
Publishing.
books.
Teddy
Yeah.
Publishing. Not
Don't yell at
Teddy.
me.
I'm not yelling at you.
It wasn't my fault.
I'm yelling near you.
Okay, but they're just books, guys.
Yeah. So then, of course, there was this like thing that PP did, but apparently because they posted bears on the
yeah.
overstock, like,
Before Marcus even was there. Marcus didn't get there till October of 2023. And he's trying to say that Marcus is misleading because...
And also, you can see the line here that this is a reply to something, but he clipped out whatever they were replying to. So...
Like, as if that even means anything. You guys, those are emojis.
Right.
Like, stop it. This is the reason why Ryan Cohen was sued in court, was because of emojis. So, like, just cut the shit with the emojis.
Probably the funniest part of this was when news came out that there would be no Bed Bath & Beyond stores in California.
Yeah, that was a weird move. Like, they have one store right now, and it's like, why are you putting it out there that, you know, we're not going to do business in California? I mean, we all know why.
For the exact reason.
The pander to Trump.
No, I don't. No. I don't actually think he was trying to pander to Trump. I think he probably has legitimate concerns that, you know, which I'm guessing probably a lot of people do, and you're seeing a lot of companies leave California because their minimum wage is what, $20 now, and so like,
he has Camping World there.
That I think that the $7.25 or whatever is good. Is a, you know, acceptable thing, but I mean $20 is a lot. So like, these are things you do have to consider before you go into business in California. 100%. Like, so I don't think he was trying to pander to anyone. I think he was probably had legitimate concerns about opening Bed Bath & Beyond in California. And
is he going to shut down his Camping World locations in California?
I don't know. Okay, now we're getting a little too deep. I just
thought it was funny because like this spawned a whole meme of them after this of posting companies that went bankrupt.
God, yeah, it was all over the place. It was really
making stores in California. It was like Circuit City, and then
Blockbuster, the Keiretsu, basically.
Oh my goodness. But like it descended into full stupidity. The beginning of the week actually was the full stupidity when guys, it's just like a protective order is kind of standard procedure when you're having discovery. There's certain things that, let me pull the protective order here. Like there's certain private things that need to be protected. Like, I don't know, people's financial information or things like that. So like,
yeah, like account numbers, like the usual.
So like this whole idea that, oh, now they want to keep the lawsuit all secretive. It's like, no, like Ryan Cohen is having to turn over financial information for discovery purposes on, you know, when he sold stock and how much, and, you know, his financial brokerage information is going to be basically turned over for discovery. And so if it needs to be produced in the case, there needs to be a protective order for how it should be produced. Like, but of course it's got to be some secretive thing that's going on. It can't be for any reasonable reasons. It has to be for conspiracy reasons. Everyone's under an NDA, remember?
Exactly. Always.
What's this one? I don't know. Yeah, we'll skip over that. We don't need to be PP and his supposed glitches. But we go from Bed Bath and Beyond, silliness and stupidity, and we move on to next, which has no carbons.
Yes, and has no 8K still, even though they said they didn't file one.
Or 10K.
Or 10Ks.
Wait, no, they have $4 million.
Or 10Qs.
Or they have $3.8 million now.
So what exactly was the purpose of making a press release of we're going to make an SEC filing that is effectively a press release about this funding that we're going to have? It just feels like a
all of their
nesting
press releases in the last year have been just like we still don't have our financials. We still don't have our financials. So they needed to hang some red meat for these folks because I think they were losing some.
But they still didn't file that 8K. So we're still waiting for that.
Yeah, that's what I checked today because I was like, okay, maybe Friday they'll have it filed. Nope. Maybe next week, I guess. Also, what's with this whole Panther prospect? I heard a lot of stuff going on about how that is.
The Panther prospect was this land that McCabe originally owned that he sold to Berta. That Berta then, I guess, like sold back. I don't know. It's a weird deal.
It
looks like it's oil and gas. Like it's all incestuous. All of it.
It looks like Nextbridge does not own the property, and I don't know what's going on there. I mean, it would be nice if they did ever file a 10K so we could get more information about it.
Because wasn't it? Trying to think of his name, but someone basically said that they hadn't filed the right state paperwork to transfer it.
Well, I don't know. I mean, it's hard to know anything, right? Without
it wasn't their filings; it was their financials, which are worse.
No, I mean like the prospect.
No. I was talking. Sorry, I was answering.
I see what you're going on here.
Yeah. That's what they said, that their financials can't be relied upon. That is what they said.
Yeah.
Well,
worse than filings.
Filed them. But you know what? We can't talk about the current MMTLP situation unless we get into the juicy Jerry Springer level drama that's been going on. Have you guys been paying attention to Busy Brands and his jelly rolls as of late?
They're just like weirdos that like to just take things way too far, and if they can't fight the facts, then they'll just try to like dox people online.
Well, it isn't even like Dolphin was making facts. He was making little like freaking.
Oh yeah, he was just making these like little memes basically.
Yeah. And he got and Busy, I mean, being the fat slob that he is, got offended by it and then proceeded to just like try and like it's like trying to do cold read doxing. You know what cold reading is, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So like you don't actually have information to dox them, and so you just
kind of he does. No, he thinks he does. That's the problem.
Right.
He thinks he knows what he's talking about.
Just like
I like how you get a shout out, Amy, and I don't.
Look what he admits to, but I will dig you up, no doubt. Just like Sappy, Rhonda, Amy, Bobby, Warren.
Well, they didn't dig up Rhonda either. They
lost count of how many people you've doxed on Twitter.
That's so
okay.
weird.
Also, while this
what an amazing admission.
I get that this was later deleted, but if you're going to make that admission on X, hello, X safety, hello.
Right.
Knock, knock. Anyone home?
Yeah. Busy didn't dox me.
Yeah.
You don't get to claim that, buddy.
but still, like this stuff is being posted on again. I get it. It's Elon's platform. Like
but he's
on duty.
Like he's literally admitting to doxing right now, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, I don't know if you have them up here with the Sam posts. Like, did you see Sam's tweet about?
Yeah, but I don't have it on here.
Okay, well, you should pull that up because he it's is she still under Sam Shine?
I'm pretty sure.
So he was talking shit to her, saying that she was doxing him because she posted.
Is that the one where they produced the DMs that she had with someone?
Well, no, I mean, Busy did post her DMs with some other guy, but he was saying that she is doxing him, and because she reposted people's
Photos
Twitter
from the
posts
Pulte event?
From Pulte event, yeah.
Yeah, that's not doxing.
Like, yeah, you like. He's such a fucking hypocrite.
You know what? Like, this is like, I feel sorry for people who just want answers. I mean, even though the answers are out there for the MMTLP community, they just don't want to listen to them. But people like Busy Brands, I hope they continue to fail at life. I hope life is fucking miserable for them for the rest of their life, because they're just despicable, disgusting people. And that just further proves it. And then, of course, we had Kimberly, who did eventually delete her original tweet, but basically was like, oh, you know, Platinum is so evil. She goes out and does
yeah. She said that something about like, oh, she's like getting joy in their misery or whatever.
Yeah. I mean, when you're miserable people to everyone else.
No. That is not what was going on. It was the day that Marcus announced that they were doing the whole ticker thing. And so we were
listening. This should have been the transition into the MMTLP stuff.
Yeah, we were listening to like the sound
we were listening to a
frantically talking about how they won.
Yeah, we were listening to a celebration space, right? Like they were definitely not miserable. They were having a great time. And so we were celebrating their celebrations. We're like,
right.
Because it was entertaining. And then she just tried to basically make something up and say like something like she deleted all of that, obviously, because it wasn't true. Like it just wasn't true.
And she immediately got called out by it. And then you also produced this whole thing about how
like read the replies,
responding to stuff, and then the entire replies are just,
it's crazy.
I think I replied to her. I said something like, have you ever had a day where you weren't the victim?
Yeah, but that's how they all act. It's like with like all of them where they do stuff to other people and they're like, they play the victim.
They accuse everyone of exactly what they do. Which is
John Hartnett. I'm sorry. I got something stuck in my throat.
Most of these folks, right? Like that's just what they do.
I think this was also getting back to the dolphin stuff of like, again, they think they so they got this picture with the like, and talk about the neck beard, outgroom you. Well, I
don't even know what that means.
Doesn't
sound good.
I don't think outgrooming someone is something that I take pride in, though I would probably call the FBI about it.
Yeah.
I mean, I think he's talking about like looking for weird. So like maybe use Manscaped, because I think you. I mean, probably just really bad word choice. But
wait, speaking of which, are you going to talk about Roblox again today at all?
We can.
Only because, well, I know we talked about it last time, and I know you like showed a video with like a few different things that people do that are super creepy. But I actually started watching the channel of the guy who got banned. Oh my god, it's way worse than I thought.
It is.
Oh, yeah. I bet.
Way worse. Like, holy moly. And the fact that I would just say like short Roblox for sure. It's bad. Yeah. It's real bad.
Yeah. Maybe we'll get to that on another show. We'll go not showing all that stuff necessarily, but like
his last episode is with Chris Hansen.
Yes, I did see that one. And basically talking about how they basically tried to smear him to make him look bad. Yeah. And they had this whole like hour-long X space call kind of thing.
Oh, did they have a space call too?
Yeah, that was what some of those clips was that he had in that video of their little like informal call, where also the guy who was the chief of security basically accused him of impersonating children.
Right. Exactly. And Chris Hansen was saying how if it was him and, you know, he was in charge of Roblox security, like he would hire him, never mind.
Right.
Pick him off the platform. That's crazy.
Yeah.
And which makes it seem like absolutely
this is all
it's just all about numbers and not about the safety of the kids whatsoever.
Right.
Well, and the kids the kids on Roblox know about it.
Well,
Like my kid's talking to me, like he asked me about it, and he's like, you know that guy? He's like, he actually is there to protect kids. Like,
right.
I'm like, that's right. Yeah.
Yeah, and if you watch his videos, oh my god, it's way more creepy than you ever even could imagine. It's bad.
No, I don't want to watch his videos then.
I didn't watch this. Did any of you get the chance of seeing Christian Shaughnessy on
I saw that she was
Rob
on
Carter's
it, but I did not
show?
watch any of it.
That might be a special like game night space where I can just listen to it along with people while I blow up tanks on War Thunder, because something tells me that I would lose IQ points listening to this. Oh, don't you worry, Jake. We'll get to Kevin Malone here shortly. We have an agenda. He's definitely on it. So neither one of you got to listen to this.
No, I didn't. Are you going to play any of it?
No, because it's like 38 minutes, and I don't have it chopped up to be able to find the good points. I'd literally be fishing into the dark live. So, like I said, I'll probably save it.
Like crying about penny stocks, Pedro.
Well, yeah, because she had a post like, let me see if I can find it. She had a post where I had clacked at, where she had.
Are you blocked?
Yeah, not yet. I will be. My previous 2 accounts, I got blocked.
Blocked me either.
Fast fire.
Oh,
like the minute you say anything in the
I don't know. I haven't
comments
looked in a while, but she
her.
didn't have me blocked.
But there was some penny stock that she was crying about. Oh, all the manipulation, and I'm like, they literally the same day made an offering of warrants and shares. No wonder they started the dilution machine. That's why the price collapsed. You dumb bitch. Like, what even? Like, and there was one that that Polish dildo was banging on about that I posted to YouTube. That was the same situation. My manipulation. I'm done trying to find it, but like they announced that they were changing the strike price on the warrant, so of course the warrant holders were going to execute to take free money. Like,
yeah, I mean, look at the
it
people
was right
she
in public filings.
Look at the things she says. Like, she cannot be trusted, in my opinion. Like, she constantly posts that Photoshop picture of the SEC, of the truck outside the SEC, even though Mark Basile literally posted
a meme in and of itself,
the non-photoshopped picture, and it's still on his profile, and you can see that like it's literally like super bad Photoshop too. And like when I pointed that out, she blocked me. I'm like, okay. So you're not allowed to point out
weird stuff. So
yeah,
strange.
it is weird. And it does seem, she's tagging like Ham the Short Killer and like all these other penny stock pumpers.
All of them. Every time.
Weird crew she hangs out with.
Yeah, well. So next, this will be our transition into the lawsuit segment of our MMTLP section.
I talked to Danielle Spears this week, actually.
Okay,
she came into a space. I like her a lot. Like, I mean, obviously, she's not doing that bad, right? If they're trying to say that she has some sort of ghost lawyer.
Hey, jumping ahead of the scripts.
But yeah, no, she pretty much went over like her case and what's going on. And, she said she originally filed her case and it wasn't really that good. She was also like going through like things in her life where she had to request additional time and file an amended complaint, and she had to do that a couple times. And so she thinks that her last complaint is pretty good, which okay, like I think some parts of it are pretty good. And she's trying to kind of go after everyone. She's not like just going after regulators. She's kind of going after everyone to try to figure out what happened here.
Generally, my problem I have is like the Trout crew to like collectively gather all of them together, like Danielle, Scott, and all
1209.
Yeah, 1209. There we go. Like I'm half of an opinion and half of another. Like Like it's that like half right, half wrong kind of thing. Like you said, they're trying to go after everything rather than like it just it. I'm with you on half of it. The other half, I can't. I like. But like at least they're more right than the rest of these clowns.
I mean, she has a very detailed history of the company, if anyone cares, and if they want to look at that, and that is correct.
My only problem with this post is when she makes the argument that the DTCC is admitting that you know, to the allegations that are in the lawsuit. When you get in here and it's the preliminary statements and it's the introduction where they're basically saying this is what they're accusing us of. They're not admitting to it. They're saying this is what is alleged, and it's just that's like the frustration I have with these. Like,
yeah,
these lawsuits, I feel sympathy for the people that are filing them, but it's just absolutely wrong. And it's like they're quick to snap at things that just don't have any weight. And there's like,
well, it's accusations based on their belief, like what they
correct,
believe, not
the actual evidence.
Factual.
And it sort of has this like pro se conspiracy tinge with it. And I just it frustrates me because you point these things out and then they get highly defensive about it.
Oh, do they? Like, does she though? Because I feel like
I don't know that she's
never
Scott
been like
definitely
that.
does.
Oh, okay. Yeah, no. Like I've talked to Scott a couple times too, and I mean he didn't, at least in person, or well, not really in person, on a space call, whatever.
Be careful.
He didn't. I know, right?
When you met Doug.
I don't mean in person. Well, okay. Also with that, Amy, I thought you met him in person too.
No.
Because when you said it on the space, when I listened and you guys said you met, I just assumed you met in person, but then you said that you met on a Zoom call. So
yeah,
whatever. Like, who cares, honestly? But yeah, no.
I've not ever met him. I hope to.
So I guess I don't want to go over this because I get the feeling that the same argument is normally had on this response to FINRA. You were in the space with her. Was there anything that she brought up that like you might be able to give insight on that would be outside the normal like MMTLP person sues FINRA?
I mean, not that I can remember, honestly. I wish I could remember more. It wasn't recorded either, so I can't really like go back. But
right. Well, I mean, maybe we can if it's in the archives.
Oh, if we have the intuitive military Fort Bragg software.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I don't really remember, but are we going to go over the responses back to them at all?
I thought we might have had already, because these were like we got the motion for extension time, and then the next one's the 14th. So I could have, like, we should have maybe like even in passing gone over it.
Lovato responded though.
Lovato responded.
Oh no, we've got the other cases. I'm saying in this case.
Oh,
but I haven't gotten to the other, because there's like
this
a whole
Spears,
list.
right? Lovato responded to Spears.
Oh, because Spears
that's
also
in the
filed
bankruptcy one,
in
though.
the
Like you're getting ahead of the script.
Okay, I'm sorry. Okay,
Yeah.
sorry.
What's going on?
But like, there's like 5 different cases that we're gonna go over.
Yeah.
Then, of course, before we get to that, we have there was a response motion for there's a bunch of stipulation shit here that I haven't gotten.
What is that?
I'll need to go get that on Pacer later. Leave for file a document. 1 second here while I go fix this problem so we can look at that.
What's the
I'm
problem?
not going to probably download the document, but I'm at least going to reveal what the specific documents are requesting here, rather than the, case court listener thing where it just kind of gives a brief summary. 1 second.
A motion for leave to file an amicus brief. Who's that?
Yes, we'll get to the amicus brief and some of that, because I actually had a discussion back and forth with the person on which I think you liked Platinum, because I was expecting to get pissed on, and so I came in my normal guns blazing mode, and then he kind of
and then he was,
I guess, appreciated the fact that I roasted him,
right? Yeah,
which was surprising. Normally, here we go.
Yeah, I did see that.
So we had the motion for briefing schedule on behalf of Christian Lovato, certificate of service, financial industry, order stipulation filed. Stipulation is granted in part. What stipulation? Minute order. The same individual who filed a motion for leave to file amicus brief on the 15th has now filed a motion for leave to amend the amicus. Yes, because he did mention this. Amend the amicus brief to allow petitioner to respond in sufficient time, file a respondent request. They hereby orders that the date on the parties to respond to the motion for leave to file an amicus brief is extended to September 3rd. Okay. So he saw me roast him and he's like, okay, I'm going to amend it. Thanks for bringing this to my attention. So we'll get an amended amicus brief, hopefully.
So what was the issue again? I don't remember. What were you telling him?
That his amicus was kind of garbage.
Okay.
Rather than going over the actual amicus, I can pull up. So he filed his amicus brief, and I went through his citations one by one and basically nuked them. This one was being a little too snippy, where I basically said, like, it's a summary. Okay, I get it. You're not into your full argument, but I'm the kind of person that if you're going to make a statement that is professing a fact, please cite it. Like, if you're just going to make a statement and assume that we should just take it on face value, I know lawyers tend to do that in their like summary of facts. They'll just state like what their argument is, and then they'll cite it later. Some do cite in their summary of facts, and that's my personal preference. If you're going to make anything that's argumentative, back it up. Don't just say it and assume we should just trust your word. So I kind of got nitpicky about the whole, where was it? FINRA. Courts routinely compel FINRA to produce factual records of similar context, rejecting blanket immunity claims. So, yeah, basically saying that they routinely require FINRA to, give up to discovery, but there was no citation
needed.
Yeah.
Cases that either they didn't say what it was or.
Yeah. So when you cite a case and you're trying to say that this case is determinative of what the law is, you can't just cite the case. You need to give me the context of what the case law is saying. When either an appellate court or some order comes down from a judge, you can't just say in this case, and they don't even give us the specific document. They just give us the case. Okay, what ruling in the case are you citing? And what in that ruling are you citing that's authoritative? Also, it's from the District of Oklahoma, the Western District, and we're in DC District Court, which means that it's not even under the same circuit. So the court could be like, yeah, cool, they said that, but it doesn't have precedent in this circuit. So it's hard to tell where he was going with that one. And at the time, the Shepard v. LP was from North Carolina, not Oklahoma. And I missed that. I just saw District of Texas, but I didn't see that because I saw that he italicized it for the Western District of Oklahoma, but in the NRE FINRA arbitration subpoena, which should be your tip off there, he didn't italicize it. And so I was like, District of Texas, what case? And I correct that later. But so then he brings, I'm not going to beat the bush on Alpine here. We know what Alpine's about. That it was about FINRA.
Can't kick us out. Not so quick. Don't kick us out yet.
Wait, what? Yeah, exactly. You can't do a regulatory action against us without the SEC.
One of the SEC first.
Yeah. That's all that was about. Then I did find the case law that he mentioned in Next Level Planning and Wealth Management v. Prudential Insurance. And what it was is the discovery was asked for because FINRA was an arbitrator between the two parties. The key point here, they were the arbitrator between a FINRA entity and another entity. And oh, by the way, the discovery was quashed. Well, I mean, it wasn't quashed. It was the request for discovery was denied. Therefore, the motion to quash was deemed as moot because the discovery was already denied. So again, this is why you've got to actually read the citation. You can't just produce it, and you need to give us like context, because if you go down into the citation and you find out, oh, actually they denied it, then it's not going to help your argument any.
Right, because this is what the FINRA lawyers are going to do.
Yep.
And they're going to fight back with this exact stuff.
Yeah. Then the next one was House didn't say that. So he said that House courts and House v. FINRA left room for such claims, noting egregious misconduct avoids protection. House didn't say that. I have the case right here. Come on, load it in. Snappy. I know we've got plenty of showtime, but not everyone wants to be here all evening. But the decision of the court for the conclusion was, for the foregoing reasons, the court finds that it has jurisdiction to rule on this case, but also finds that there is no plausible cause of action. The complaint will be dismissed with prejudice. So they sued FINRA. The court determined they had jurisdiction, but there was no they found no cause of action. 12b6, they dismissed it. So again, not correct. So I already did Alpine. And then this other one here where I came back into the citations and found the Texas case and then showed the other case, and basically the citations, they didn't.
So you basically just rewrote his entire amicus brief for him?
Pretty much. I pretty much nuked it. That's why he said, oh, yeah, well, I just reread the citations you gave me, and you're right, so I'm going to go fix it. So basically, I just
I mean, what a breath of fresh air right there, right? Like, instead of...
I know, right? Just going in and nuking someone's filing, and they're like, yeah, okay, you're right, let me go fix it. And it's like I was stunned. I was like...
You didn't even know what to do.
I know, right?
You're like,
chills and shambles.
Thank you, sir.
And when he even said, okay, well, I'll fix it, I'm like, okay, well, I'll back off the start. He's like, no, keep the start. It's totally fine. I'm like, okay. I don't know what to do at this point.
Wait, this is not usually how it goes.
I know, right? So that was so he has moved to file a motion for amending his amicus brief. Also, his timing is really weird. Usually you file an amicus in lead with the person you're supporting. So usually you file your amicus after the motion to compel the motion to compel from the bankruptcy people. You would file your amicus.
He's filing it on behalf of them denying the motion to quash, right?
Correct. Well, not on behalf of them, but in agreement with them that it should be.
In agreement with them denying it, right? Yeah.
So you wouldn't have filed it after FINRA made their filing. You'd file it after the bankruptcy trustee had made their filing to compel. But either way, the court understood that, it's a pro se litigant, whatever. They're trying to file it's totally fine. You could file it then, but technically by the rules of civil procedure.
This guy is a pro se litigant?
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Because he's filing a pro se amicus.
Who is it?
I just closed all that stuff.
Like Jeffrey Pittman or something like
yes.
that?
Okay.
Yeah. So it's also the first time I've seen one of these meme stock pro se people who filed an amicus actually get acknowledged by the court. So props.
Congrats.
Yeah. Because he filed it correctly, because he filed it with the cover letter that says that I don't have, I'm not, there's no connection between me and the other parties. I did the disclosure, explained who I was. I explained why I'm filing and all this stuff. And then he attached as a exhibit the proposed amicus, and he did it all properly. He did his research and he did it correctly. And congratulations, you get rewarded by the court taking you seriously. So, next stop on our crazy train. So, let me see where it was here. That's the declaration response. Here we are. I believe this is the first one. Yes. So they're both pretty much the same, right? In context.
They're similar.
Yeah, they're similar. So we'll just do one of them for the
This is her
object
response to
time.
Danielle.
This looks like
Yeah.
Danielle, yeah.
Yeah. So we can skip the introduction, I think. Section 1. Movements
Yeah, this is very interesting.
Emergency motion to stay proceedings, disqualify conflict of counsel and trustee, and request bankruptcy administration under neutral authority standing. So they basically are saying that they don't have standing because they don't have an interest in the bankruptcy entity because they're MMTLP shareholders, not Meta shareholders. Correct. Which is true. And yeah, that's kind of a winning argument. Like, what are you doing here?
Hold on. Are you sure that's a winning argument? Because let's just look at something really quick. Hold on.
Okay. Yeah, you pull it up.
Yeah, didn't she just amend something in the beginning of this to tell MMTLPers to send in a POI?
Let's look at this really quickly. So that's weird because aren't they seeking examination related to? Oh, what's this?
I'll let you handle that real quick.
What's that?
Well, that's not the only contradictory statement they make in here. But yeah, yes, they are.
Aren't they looking for MMTLP information from?
They are. They requested trading data on MMTLP.
Lots of MMTLP in here. Weird that they would request all of that if it's completely irrelevant and has no standing. Like, why would they want the judge to order that if they have no standing when it comes to that? Weird.
Probably for the exact reasons for the motion to quash, right? Like, clearly you're on a fishing expedition for pre-litigation material.
Well, can you have it both ways? Can you,
I don't think
requesting
well, maybe that
shouldn't be able to, but
maybe that's a sign of where the discovery process is going to go on all of this. I still think it's going to, die because their 2004 discovery is dumb and abuses 2004 discovery. But
well, it is. But if I were them, I would be replying with the order and all of these requests asking for this specific ticker that they're trying to say they don't have standing.
Right. But like, I think that's the correct. Like, this argument is the correct argument. They don't have standing. This is the
they shouldn't.
But yeah, but then it contradicts like what you said.
But it contradicts what they've already done. Exactly.
Yeah, and she contradicts quite a bit of things. But go ahead.
Injury in fact. Trustee Lovato contends that Ms. Spears has not suffered an injury in fact. Ms. Spears, the 7,200 shares of MMTLP do not equate to an inherent interest in MMAT. Shares designated as MMTLP were actually beneficial interest in what is referred to as Torchlight Series A preferred that were scheduled to be canceled in exchange for Nextbridge hydrocarbon stock several weeks later. In November 2022, Metamaterials determined to spin off its ownership into a wholly owned subsidiary. MMAT Board of Directors approved this. Ms. Spears is not a real party in interest.
Can you go back up to the spinoff? There you go. Based upon the December 12, 2022 transaction approved by FINRA, Ms. Spears is not an owner of shares in MMAT. So isn't she basically saying that the MMTLP transaction was legitimate?
Yeah.
Thought so.
That's right here. Not a real party in interest for the reason said. Intervention. We have not talked about intervention a long time on this channel. Man, we haven't talked about intervention since Amy first appeared when we were talking about all the interveners in the AMC lawsuit. Oh, how long ago that was. It's practically 2 years. Ms. Spears seeks to intervene in this case, however, as noted, Trustee Laval asserts that Ms. Sears does not have standing to participate in the case. The concept of intervention is set forth in Federal Rules of Civil Procedure, Rule 24. On timely motion, the court must permit anyone to intervene who is given an unconditional right to intervene by federal statute or claims an interest relating to the property or transaction that is the subject of the action and is so situated that disposing of the action may, as a practical matter, impair or impede the movement's ability to protect its interest unless existing parties adequately represent that interest. That's intervention as of right. And then there's permissive intervention. In general, on timely motion, the court may permit anyone to intervene who is given a conditional right to intervene by federal statute or has a claim or defense that shares with the main action a common question of law or fact. Obviously, permissive intervention is probably the most likely one that's going to work here, but let's see. Defines a claim means a right of payment, whether or not to such reduced right or judgment, liquidation, unqualified, fixed. Yeah. So I'm guessing the argument is since it was already spun out, you don't have a right. No federal statute gives Ms. Spears the right to intervene in this case. And because Ms. Spears is not a creditor and does not own shares in MAT, she does not have standing to participate. So more just a standing argument. Request to stay proceedings. Well, if you have no interest and you're no party, you can't request to stay. Request to disqualify. Again, I'm going to guess that there's the standing argument that you just can't do that. Request to reset the bankruptcy. There's no basis for that. Section 2, movement to compel disclosure, vacate unlawful protective orders, and refer for sanctions and special master. And this is all the West Christian stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Did you get any specific things that you remember when you were talking from her in that space as to West Christian and all of that?
Nothing additional that is not on
already
here,
been stated. Yeah.
Not that I can remember, at least. I don't remember anything extra.
Okay,
so he's basically trying to say he has what is it? What's the word? Like not mixed interests, but like what is it called?
Conflict of interest.
That's what it is. Yeah.
Yeah, and what they're saying is even though he's been hired and retained to do anything to date, none of these attorneys or their firms have made an appearance in the case and have not filed any pleadings or papers, which feels like a legal sleight of hand. You hired them to do research and do legal things for your supposed evil naked shorts and spoofing, but you're also saying, well, they haven't done anything in the case yet.
Yeah.
So that's not a conflict of interest, but they're doing research and shit for you, aren't they?
I mean, isn't hiring them making an appearance in the case or no? Like, isn't their employment order?
Yeah. You would,
appearance
like
in the case?
an appearance would mean that you've retained them and that you yeah.
And didn't he have to apply to appear like pro hac vice or whatever? And wouldn't that be considered? I don't know. Whatever.
Pro hoc vice, yeah.
Yeah.
Vacate unlawful protective orders. I assume this is the protective order over some of these cases, like in the case of Jen and the others that they're talking about. And it's not an unlawful protective order. I mean, when a company goes into bankruptcy, you get the automatic stay. Now, we'll save the broadness of the automatic stay for when we get to Jen's case, but generally there's nothing. Or no, that's the state.
Well, her case is a little different. Like her case, so whatever, we'll talk about it.
Oh wait, this is something different. This protective orders. What protective order on what? It's entered into stipulated protective orders, but the entities believed to hold it for. Oh, is this the protective orders for like the brokerage firms that What's
I'm not sure.
unlawful about them? Because, like we talked about earlier with the Bed Bath and Beyond situation, like protective orders are pretty normal when dealing with sensitive information. Evidentiary objections. So this is the evidence that Spheres has produced, and they object to several of them. Exhibit B for relevant, B through D for relevance, E is ineligible, F for irrelevance and illegible. Illegible. G is in no object. G no objection. H unauthorized, unauthenticated, and relevance. I illegible. J relevance. K unauthenticated, relevance. L relevance. M relevance. N relevance. O copy of exhibit C. Okay. P unauthenticated and relevance. No objections to Q through X.
Okay.
Jesus, a
I
lot
don't
of
think you have to read all these.
Yeah.
All right, we get it.
So we get to the interesting part. Originally, I thought this was only on the one against Danielle. It's on both of them,
Yep.
which blew up the theory I had. I thought they were trying to fish to say, that Scott was helping her write her filings. So, unlawful practice of law. You get her to say that it wasn't ghost lawyering. This is how we did it. And then you just set them up for a trap. But no, they filed ghost lawyering against both of them, which sounds like a compliment to me. You're suggesting that their filings are so good, they have a secret lawyer helping them. Like,
Exactly.
what?
Yeah, I was shocked to see this. And like, if I were them, I would be like, okay, thank you. Because that is.
Thank you, but no.
Yeah, absolutely not.
Well, and I mean, what is that? Like, I've seen as a pro se litigant, you can have like consultant, like you can consult, like.
But
I don't
in
really
Nevada,
understand what
I
the
guess they
argument
have
is.
in Nevada, they have special law that if you have some lawyer helping you or ghost writing your legal documents, you have to disclose it.
Yeah, I don't think they have that at all. I mean, at all. But like, they shared facts with each other, right? Because the facts in their cases are very similar. Because they're talking about the same shit.
Right.
But other than that.
And that's fine if they share facts and everything, where I thought it was going until I saw like the ghost filing was in both of them, was that if they were sharing legal advice, then you kind of get into that gray area of unauthorized practice of law.
I think it was just legal information.
But what's even the argument? Like, what if she is? I don't think she is. She said she's not. So, and I believe
and
her.
you can tell more
But
from
so what
the
if she is?
filing too, that like, obviously, like it has gotten better over time, and she's sort of, changed things over time.
Things over time.
I mean, yeah, you can have I guess you have to disclose it in Nevada, but I mean,
like if they look up Scott, like this is not his first rodeo.
Yeah, like he's like he has
But
about
clearly
illegal.
Is something he's interested in.
Right, and not only he's interested in, but you can go find older cases on Pacer of the people that we've covered. He's kind of up there with Ethan as far as documented evidence of this is not his first legal rodeo.
Right.
So, I mean, it's not particularly surprising that, his filings.
Yeah, but Ethan never got a claim that there was a ghost lawyer.
Well, because
they could tell.
He's a bit of a special case.
No question there.
No question there that his crazy is self-written. Though we also did get something interesting in the SEC case against Berta and Palacaris, a request for discovery.
Oh wait, are you gonna go to Jennifer's case or no?
It's in the list, but this is just, I have them lined up and they're in no particular order.
All right, no problem.
So,
this is interesting.
Yeah, the discovery on this, remind me, what all was
So they're doing discovery. These are the if you scroll down, I'm pretty sure it was like the analyst or whatever. We have a response.
The consultants.
Yeah.
The
They were the consultants.
advisor.
Was the consultants.
Hamilton
And
Clark was an advisor to MAT for various deals involved with the Torch Combo, Nanotech, Optodot acquisitions, etc.
Right.
So,
and then KPMG was their auditor before and after the merger.
So this is my question with this discovery then, given those facts. Why do they need to discover this? Like,
I don't know. Why not?
If there's communications and stuff like that, they'd already get in the discovery from the investigation by the SEC. And as far as materials, he was like the former CEO. Wouldn't he have this information? Both of them were former CEOs when they already have this information. And like, there's very little stuff here that you would think they didn't already have.
I mean, I told you I forget what he's doing, but
what do you think?
That he's pointing the finger at Berta.
Oh yeah, yeah. That's
I had consultants who told me that this was fine. I had an auditor that told me this was fine.
I mean, they're going to come back and they're going to say, yeah, we told him it was 18 cents, right? Like worth 80 cents or whatever it was.
Mm-hmm.
And that's really not going to help him.
Yeah.
Because then he was saying it was $1 to $20. And then,
yeah, and I don't like, I guess like if he had an argument that he didn't know about the ATM, but I mean, I think they have pretty much proven that not to be true, right? With the email that says we have 2 days
yeah, they have
to take
quotes.
Advantage of the squeeze.
Exactly.
What?
Yeah, they have quotes from him. Exactly. From the email.
It just seems really weird because I do agree with Amy. I do think that Palakaris is trying to push this off as Berta was the bad actor and was the bad actor even after into the other stuff that's soon to come.
And like I don't know anything. I'm new, right? Like I don't know anything about the NASDAQ. I don't know.
Introduce science.
I don't know
what. But at the same time, from the SEC, I'm not being oblivious to his current Twitter posts where he's acting all I'm untouchable. You can't get me, and how he's like getting all in people's faces on social media.
Advise everybody not to IPO on the NASDAQ because they're just so terrible.
Well, he didn't even.
I don't know what his angle is with that, but
people shouldn't reverse merge into a shitco. Yeah, probably not.
Like, yeah. If you want to be treated as legit on the NASDAQ, maybe do an actual IPO.
Maybe.
Yeah, maybe.
But also, I was wondering, like, why wouldn't they ask discovery from Roth, right? Because they were all working with Roth to do.
And I don't know. Is he maybe trying to say that he didn't personally benefit from the ATM, like the 137.5 million?
Yeah, Berta benefited, not me.
Right. I mean, there's a lot of angles. I just don't know which one he's playing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And then, of course, we got the bankruptcy side of this where, we talked about like the other filings of it's hard for you guys to talk about it being a manipulated stock when you guys settled with the SEC.
100%.
So there's all sorts of fun
Which
stuff.
Also, I guess George also said that they paid off the SEC in full, even though they had made a payment plan to pay them off. His claim is that they paid them off in full the month before they went bankrupt, which, I mean, did they?
I don't know.
I mean, what does it matter if they did?
Can attorneys be paid for consulting by pro se litigants? I mean, it could happen. I know that when you do small claims, you can't have a lawyer represent you in small claims court. The whole point of small claims is, it's small amounts of money between like people. So you try and keep the costs down low, but there's nothing saying that you can't get advice from a lawyer that you then pay for. So, I mean, yeah.
I know that like in the, Lori Daybell, she represented herself in attempted murder trial, but she actually, so she was representing herself and she had like legal consults like sitting at the defense table with her.
Yeah, there's stuff like that.
It was criminal. Yeah,
maybe
for
that
sure.
was a little different.
She was representing herself. She's pro se. So.
They usually do that for pro se litigants when you're in criminal cases because
do they provide them, or is it?
Yeah,
like, is it like
it's still provided, but like it's their one because you're a pro se litigant, but we still got to protect your rights, and also at the same time, if you get too belligerent, like Ethan, then we could just sub that person in for you if it becomes that you can't handle being a pro se litigant.
Got it. So it's probably like a public defender. So. All right.
Unless you can afford to have your consult be a paid attorney.
Sure.
But yeah. You were mentioning the other case here. We did get some filings back. Both of them are similar. So we're going to go with one
also,
of them.
Interesting thing with this case is, since they're one of the things is they're trying to say they have no standing. So Jennifer does not own metamaterials. She does own Nextbridge, unfortunately. And she said what happened here was they stayed her case because of the metamaterials bankruptcy.
Right, because some of the executives were executives of the former artist known as Metamaterials.
Right. Her defendants were like Uzi and right.
And so she was wanting to proceed against the non-metamaterials defendants, and like looking at it, she maybe should have just stuck to that when filing. I don't want to like armchair quarterback, but because a lot of their argument is she's making all these crazy filings onto the docket, and if you just narrowed it to, I want to continue my litigation against the non-state people, then maybe that would prevent some of this argumentation. Just like not saying that anyone has to take that advice, just look 2020 vision looking at it now that the filings are out from the other side.
Yeah, but according to them, like she has no standing in the metamaterials bankruptcies, and she's trying to.
Wait, this is Berta.
But regardless of if she has standing, if she's still suing metamaterials defendants, that's why the stay came in, the automatic stay from the bankruptcy. I think
this is the filing from Berta.
Not directed at the company, because usually it's stayed if it's directed at the company. I don't know why it's former executives of the company that were let go after the bankruptcy ended are co-opted into the stay. That seems really weird.
Right. Yeah, I don't know. That does seem weird. And yeah, Bird is one of the named defendants. That's why he opposed this.
Oh, okay.
Because if she got the stay.
No, this is Jennifer's case.
This is Jennifer's case. Why Bird is responding, because if she got her way, then Uzi and them would still be under the stay because they're metamaterials executives, but Berta, the stay would have been lifted against. Correct. Sure. So, argument: plaintiff's motion, like her prior motions, is procedurally improper, substantially without merit. The motion is procedurally improper because this case is closed and plaintiff has not sought, much less obtained, reopen. That was one of her filings, was to ask to reopen it against the people who were not, the metamaterials crew. Like, that was one of her filings, so I don't even know what that's about. Substantially basis for two reasons. No, there's no evidentiary record. Okay, so they're challenging the specific things,
said it was
not necessarily the lifting of the stay.
Preceded by any conference. Okay, sorry, I was trying to read that last part.
Right, so that is basically saying, hey, like whenever you do a filing, you're supposed to do a meet and confer first.
Yeah. Sure.
And they're basically saying you just kind of filed this onto the docket and didn't give us any heads up what gives. Second, if the court accepts plaintiff's invitation to act as an arbiter of a non-existent record, the court should decline to include attorney-client materials. Oh, here we go. So Busy had this argument that it's like, and we've discussed over it, she is suing McCabe, so arguably you could make an argument that, since there's an active litigation, that she had a right to, that she should have destroyed it. But she wasn't the only one that received that email. Scott did. I'm pretty sure, like, correct me if I'm wrong, Scott also, I mean, is not suing McCabe. I could be wrong on that recall.
Well, I don't think Scott got that email.
Oh, he didn't?
Oh, I'm not sure. I didn't look at all the email addresses that he replied to.
But like if another person got it and gave it to her, that's equivalently the same thing. And so the whole issue is
McCabe gave it to her. McCabe gave it to her.
Right.
It's not like she got it improperly. Like he literally sent it to her also.
Right. But if it was sent on accident and she's a party to the litigation, she has an obligation under civil rules of procedure. The issue is if she's a third party or a third party person gave it to her, or equivalently a third party person could have given it to her if the privilege was relinquished. So, I mean, the court could determine that, you know.
I mean, or they could have just filed their financials, right? And she wouldn't have had to do a
right. Well, see, that gets back to the whole thing of like if she's sending that reply, like instead of like accidentally replying all and like contacting your lawyers, like you don't even need legal counsel. This just send an email back to her and say, look, you're suing me. If you have any questions about anything, go talk to my lawyers, not me. That should have been like the default response instead of going and doing a CC all to the lawyers, or like you said, you know, just do your job and file your obligated filings. But like, there's just so many ways that this is dumb.
Respond to the books and records requests that the shareholders have a right to. There's that. Right. Which, I mean, she'll probably have to go to court for that, right? And request a books and records because it's been continuously, obviously ignored.
Right. So all that Berta and them are basically opposing is the evidence. They're not, like, none of them have substantially gone after her trying to reopen the case. So interesting. You would have thought there would have been some opposition to that, because theoretically, if what she's suggesting is taken up, that, you know, can we lift the stay as far as the non metamaterials defendants, then Berta would be the subject of that. So I don't know why his lawyers didn't try and put arguments out about that, even if you think it's frivolous, just to be like, I don't think that this should go forward. Like if you're like, and whatever arguments they want to make for that, but they didn't say anything about it, which is weird.
Is it?
Don't give them any ideas.
Well, I doubt that they're listening to this show, but if you are, John, you know, leave a tip in the jar. Maybe we could take a ride on your yacht.
Listen, it was a boat cruise for his anniversary.
Okay, cool.
Shareholders are hurting and squirting, but he's on a boat cruise.
I'm on a boat. So we also get a response by Paul Atkins that came in late enough that I think we missed it last week during the show. Don't need to go over the whole thing, but basically what is being suggested is that Scott wants to transfer it up to the appellate court where it belongs. And the SEC is basically saying he doesn't get to do that. And that if he wants to do that, then he needs to refile. But as far as things are considered here, it's done. And we're going to deny that. We wish the court to deny the transfer request. I assume we'll see a response from Scott sometime this week, I think, this upcoming week. But I have the feeling that he's going to have to refile this, which will be annoying for him. Let's see here. Is there any other stuff here? Yes, I think that pretty much wraps it up. There in the Rolo case, there was a response to the SEC's objection, but again, like if it's something to do with arguments that have not been rehashed ad infinitum, like the suing FINRA, suing the SEC, suing the DTCC, then like I'll do more than just mention it's a thing. Oh, sorry. But we've heard these lawsuits for like almost 3 years going now, and they go nowhere.
Hold on, there's another thing. Wait, why can't I find it? Oh, here it is. 2141. So we see it again. We've already seen this before, but we see it again where they are talking about
from the bankruptcy here.
Yeah, Trustee Lovato is investigating whether Meta Estate holds one or more viable claims against Mr. McCabe, and should she determine to assert one or more claims against Mr. McCabe, he will be separately represented. So, what are they going to do if the Metamaterials trustee goes after McCabe? Like,
that's gonna. Oh my goodness, it's gonna be so great. We're gonna have a moment where, like, you know, the Bed Bath and Beyond bankruptcy estate sues Ryan Cohen.
Oh my God, yes. Yes, they'll be like, McCabe is behind the Metamaterials, whatever the fuck. Who knows what kind of nonsense will happen.
So next up, this squawk box all fucking week.
Oh my God. Yeah, there's going to be a space call, guys. Announcement.
Yeah, well, not only do they announce the space call, but all week they reposted, oh, the legal case is imminent. It's this many days away. It's this many days away. And it's like,
it's been like that since
June.
June.
The message at the beginning of the week when you first dropped it. We didn't need to know it every day for the rest of the week.
No, they've been saying that since June.
Well, they've been saying that for 2 months.
Yes.
Right. I think I like quote tweeted once. I mean, like, yeah, they've been saying it.
They've been in their final review since June.
And
even their mentions are just like, I mean, I think they at first people were just like, just stop saying it, and now I think they're just like, whatever.
Seriously.
Right, and what I think,
and then after I quote tweeted and like called them out for it, like seemed to ramp up. So I guess maybe I.
Well, I think part of it is they're trying to get the stock back over $1 so they don't have to reverse split, and I get the feeling X Market News is. Paid under the table to basically.
I've seen a lot of different things. Like I think the most credible one is that it's Junk Savvy, but I've heard a lot of different ideas on who it is because they were MMAT or like what was it MMAT News before?
Yeah.
So it's somebody from like MMAT or MMTLP, and. This.
Because and that's what it felt like.
And
this
someone
week.
Close with Wes Christian, and I don't know.
Well, and that's what it felt like this week was like it was constantly under $1 all week, and they were constantly pounding the table. Like that's what it feels like. Is everything that's being done in Genius right now is to keep from being delisted, which is a distinct possibility. So. We've got more crying and complaining about brokers forcing you to have to call in to buy a shitco scam company. And that, God forbid, brokers are protecting their investors from shitty scamcos. That's just so evil. So very evil. The real big news, though, is finally Kevin Malone's been fired from Quantum Biopharma.
Well, he finally took it out of his bio.
Yeah, well, there was an official press release saying "get the fuck out."
Yeah,
so
it took him a few days, and he still like put the reverse Uno card up. So I'm like, are you really still trying? Like, and then he took it out. Like, he put the reverse Uno card up, and then he took it out of his bio. And I was like, what? Why does anyone believe anything this guy says?
I really think what the Idaho thing aside, I really think that what happened here is, Quantum openly disclosed that he was a paid shill, but he didn't disclose it until we gave him enough shit that he couldn't run away from it. And whether it be US or Canadian regulators that caught the sniff on this and basically told Quantum, you need to fix this shit.
On the market manipulation, or?
Not the market manipulation, just that he failed to disclose that he was paid to investors. You guys did, but he's a member of your board, or not a member of the board, but like an advisor to the board, and was getting paid by the company, and he didn't disclose it.
Wait, what do
You
you
guys
mean?
need to sever with
in
him
something
now.
other than shares?
You need to sever with him now if he's not going to disclose that.
But he did disclose it, didn't he?
Mm-hmm. Well, he
Eventually.
disclosed some things in a weird way, but
Yeah.
he went from 13
G's to 13 D's.
Yeah, so whatever.
I'm not talking about the disclosure.
Sketchy is all get out. Like there's a you can name multiple different reasons.
But that was just him disclosing his buys as part of his investment firm. He wasn't posting on his post while he's pumping quantum that, oh, by the way, I'm being paid by the company to shill it at the end of every post, he's required.
He was actually
to by
posting
law.
that he's not being paid, that he was working for free. But I mean, he did put in one of them.
And I think that's what got him in trouble and why they had to sever
right?
with him, because he was being willfully manipulative about that shit. And so Quantum got pressured by regulators to cut ties with him because he was being a little skeezy shit.
Allegedly. This is your allegations. We don't know really what happened.
This is just a game theory, guys. But eventually
there's
had
multiple points of market manipulation. Like I said, there's a list of things that they could have gotten dinged for. So I don't know.
Of course, when Matt highlighted that, he had a quippy response to that. First time, I also love when these doofuses sling insults, but they can't even say the actual word because they're afraid Daddy Musk will come down on them, or they're just too pussy to use the word retarded.
Well, I mean, then okay, so we post that, but I don't know if you've ever read that absolutely ridiculously stupid article. It's embarrassing that he would even.
This is the
something that's stupid.
This is his precursor to what he did in GNS, right? Where you're talking about.
Well, the difference is GameStop has $100 million authorized for a buyback, but he thinks they can buy back $1 billion of stock somehow and just hold it on their balance sheet and then sell it when there's a run up. That's not how a buyback works, buddy.
Oh, that's the bear trap.
Right? Yeah, you have to authorize the shares. But yeah, this was the whole precursor to.
No, he thinks they can hold GameStop shares as part of their investment plan, which that is not how it works.
But like I said, this was the precursor to the idea he ran with.
Isn't that what? How,
on their balance sheet?
Right. Yeah. He thinks that they can hold shares of their own stock. How a company could normally hold shares of a different stock. Yeah, no, he thinks for some reason buybacks are totally not regulated at all, and they can just buy their own stock and sell it whenever they
buybacks.
It's funny how the people who complain about manipulation come up with these highly illegal ideas. Yeah.
And put it in writing and then publish it. Hello.
Yeah. And then celebrate it and post it and post them laying in a bed rubbing a photo frame of MMPI.
Note to Paul Atkins. Paging Paul Atkins. But anyway, yeah. Then of course, maybe
he's either the smartest or the dumbest criminal. I don't know. I can't tell.
Dumbest criminal.
Dumb, very dumb.
I can't tell. Because it's so dumb. And I think I said this when we were in the thick of it. I'm it's so stupid. You can't.
It's so stupid. You have to know that you'll get away with it.
You can't even believe that anybody is this stupid. Is basically how I feel. I'm what? I don't know. It's just crazy. It's crazy to me.
So I didn't look at this one too thoroughly. So apparently he sold okay. So the disclosures here is that he.
Yeah. See, he does.
For tax
he
purposes.
He did say that he got shares, but there's a vesting schedule. It's the vesting schedule that he didn't stick to. So yeah. So there were
what he did. So there was a vesting schedule, and then he just didn't.
Well, it was supposed to be 4 months in one day, but one of the first I'm not sure what's going on, because one of the first filings that he did, he said he had like 15,000 or so shares, and this was after he already received supposedly 30,000 shares. So why did he only have 15,000 is the question.
There's been some discrepancies in his stuff here, but
Again, paging Paul Atkins.
But he, at some point, he was over 20%, and then on that
He is
one,
now. He is now.
No, because pull up that 13D. I think it's like it went down. He went so.
Oh, now he only has. That's from June 23rd. So that's not the most current one.
Right. So, okay, we have to. Okay.
We'll have to do some further research.
But that was after he already received 90,000.
He claims that he sold less than 4% of his quantum shares for tax purposes. However, like if you click onto that, however, and go back down, and Matt's gonna.
This one here.
He received 90K shares of quantum. Currently owns just 52,000 shares of quantum. So that's the discrepancy.
Yeah. Well, I think the last one he owned. I'm like too tired to look. I could have sworn the last one he owned like over 100,000 shares, but
I thought so too at some point. So
exhausted.
See, I don't think that one is from June 23rd. I think that's the most updated
it says
one.
Kevin reported on June 23rd that he already received 90,000 shares.
Right, but that's not
that he currently owned just 52,000. Okay, yeah.
Right, so that's the current one. So
but he did currently own that on June 23rd, not now.
No.
All right.
Yes.
Kevin reported on June 23rd that he already received 90K shares. So he was on June 23rd, he had 90K shares.
Yeah.
Currently, he owns just 52,000 shares.
That's what he said on June 23rd. I think that's what he's saying. I'll look it up.
Okay.
It's right here.
I'll just look it up because we'll just figure it out right now.
Anyway, while that's going on, after he got dropped, he brought out the dead grandpa. I mean, sick dog story. Shades of PP seeds going on. But we also get that he's brought this up before in the past. This is not the first time, and that probably the dog's already
his dog has already died in the past?
Well, that's what he said.
What?
My best friend, he fought the last 3 months of his life, 3 surgery appointments, and 48 hospital visits since Christmas. Time will always be worth more than money. Happy 14th birthday. But then if you look at the reply, because that looks like maybe he's not dead. What was his favorite chew toy? Stuffed bunny. He sucked on it like it was his baby. Didn't know this was a dog thing until I Googled it, and the first thing to pop up. Whatever. Okay. But like, why are you talking about him like past
When was that?
Past tense.
When was that?
That was in April.
April.
Oh boy.
Yeah. It's kind of weird.
But you know what? You know, it's all good because he got over it real quick.
Yeah.
So must not have been that big of an issue.
Yeah, that's fucked up. I mean, like, if his dog actually died, that sucks. My dog died earlier this year, and I like couldn't even like go on Spaces or anything for like 2 weeks because I knew I would cry if I went online. So I was like, I'm just gonna avoid all of that for a little bit until I can like actually like say something about it, So
right.
If it really did happen, then that sucks.
Yeah.
And also, I have his latest 13G if you want to see.
Yeah, go right ahead. Throw it up.
Can you see it?
It's not on here. Oh, there it is. Usually it gives me like a drop down.
Current C105.
When was this filed?
This was on
18th.
July 18th. Yeah. Was the last one. And he had 21.8. Oh my God. So stupid.
So, I mean,
Look, if I was the SEC person, I saw that "let's grow" shit, I would have been like, refile this, fuck right off.
Yeah, I didn't see where he said anything about selling though. Like the only thing I saw about that was some reply, I guess, on Twitter. He never put that anywhere, but okay.
Alrighty. So next up on our meme stock march, supposedly the last reverse split, you guys.
Final.
Finally. Yeah, I don't believe it, but I assume that they're like the last reverse split before we get delisted. But yeah. So this is what, number 5, boys and girls, right?
What, this year? Or
yeah.
That's so crazy.
Yeah, the fact that they just got rid of this. So in addition to all that, we also know that their shares outstanding just like leapt up to 7.5 million. Where were we at like the last time we talked about this? I can't even remember. They dilute so fast.
Yeah.
Now that they're in the death spiral mode, I just like,
they have been all year.
How do you even believe in this company anymore? This is just like craziness. Because I remember when I posted this on Meltdown, and the people in the comments are like, "Seriously though, how have they not been delisted?" I'm like, I've been asking NASDAQ that.
We've been asking that for months. Like, I don't.
Be the last one sounds promising. Finals and Final Destination.
I mean, and what happens? Like, the same thing's gonna happen. So, like, then what?
So we also got the one legal filing that's currently in motion for Mullen is one of their distributors is suing them. So we got a stipulated order extending the time to answer. We'll hear back from them on September 10th. Good to know. Speaking of shitco EV companies, you know what's the favorite thing to do when you have no actual business, Platinum?
I'm not sure.
How about buying into crypto?
Oh, good times.
So Faraday Futures, another shitco EV company, decided, you know what, this EV thing ain't working. How about we just buy into crypto assets? They're gonna buy $30 million worth of crypto.
Great. I thought they were already gone.
I thought so too, but apparently not. The C10 index. What the fuck is that? Oh, Web3, everyone's favorite little rocky history. That's putting it pretty lightly. Rocky history. Do tell.
This is why I'm seeing FFAI. I'm like coming on my feet again.
Yeah,
I was like, I thought they were gone, but I guess they're.
Unsurprisingly, at the announcement that they're just going to buy shit coins, stock slid 7% down to $2.77, which is $2.70 more than what it's worth. Yikes.
Got the yawns.
We are in the roundup phase. You know what's really hilarious? How about gamblers who can't control their gambling addiction?
Oh boy. I've seen
Know
this
about the top secret website out there that is slowly taking over the world. There's one out there, okay? Type it in for me. It's powerpacks.gamestop.com. Oh my god. Oh, guys, I'm still hurting right now. Dude, I'm down. And you know what's crazy? Look what just happened right now. I swear to God, I can't make this up. Look at this. Check engine light. My check engine light after $1,500 worth of spins.
Dude's down
$1,500.
Yeah, you heard that right. People.
Yeah, but he got that Costco paycheck. He'll be fine.
He's
I mean,
got
I'm sure they do.
paycheck. That's a lot better than
pay
some
him
baggies.
really good. That's what I'm saying.
But like, Jesus Christ, my dude! Like, this is a guy who has expressed that he has a gambling addiction.
I mean, I think he has
problems.
I think he gets like stock too. So he have to sell some
I'll bet he
shares
does.
to take care of his car.
Yeah, I mean, his Costco is probably doing amazing.
Meth Morantz.
And why does he keep on like filming in the car? That like gives me anxiety. Like, what are you doing?
This is like a genre of meme stock people who film
So
in their
annoying.
car.
It's the worst. Like, I hate that I'm driving on the road and someone could potentially be like shilling their stock in their car next to me and like crash into me.
Put my ex down 1,500. Man, I really want to sign up to that website. Great advertising.
Right.
He's killing your investment platinum. You're gonna have to put out some.
Always has been. Nothing I can do.
What was really great is like, have you also noticed that he has like this mini feed going on between him and Tony as of late?
No idea.
Tony was talking about how after AMC like restructured its whole debt structure and everything, that short interest went down, and it was because of the delta hedging of, you've got the bond position, and so you take a short position to delta hedge against the,
So short interest went up.
Well, it went down actually. So like,
okay.
It went like, because you
like
didn't have the deal yet, and so they were
got it.
hedging that the company would go bankrupt, and then once the new deal was established, it went down. I think last week, like a healthy chunk. Like, it was down like 20% or 30% or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
And so he was, talking about how the delta hedging went down. And like Morantz was listening to this. He's like, I'm going to play this and I'm going to just eat a pizza. Like, so he obviously wasn't listening to the explanation, just stuffing his fat jaws full of pizza, and then proceeded to like show that he wasn't listening. He's like, oh, well, you talk about delta hedging. What are they hedging? It's like, stupid. He was talking about the debt. And like, it's your standard Morantz situation of pretend to be smart while being absolutely fucking ignorant. And it's great stuff. Speaking of this, our next segment is exactly that. Meme stock people talking about macroeconomics and having not a fucking clue. So we started with Morantz. On the other thing, I think it'll be a good transition to the rest of this.
Coming. We'll know tomorrow when the Fed starts talking, and when Jerome Powell doesn't say what they want to hear. We'll see how the markets sell off.
That's the end. Let's get back to the beginning.
All right, guys, let me explain this chart to you, okay? This is Japan's 20-year treasury, and you'll see back here at the start of the century, year 2000, all-time highs, right? Way up here at the top. And as it came crashing down, that's the dot-com bubble exploding and everybody coming out of Japan. You then came down to the very lowest you could be, but now we're raising back up. And as we go back up, you have to remember what happens here. This is going to be what they call
No, he is. He is on the video. Congratulations, Morantz knows how to
turn himself into a cursor.
It's one of the most annoying things on TikTok is where you put your face there and make it like move around and everything. I don't get the gimmick.
Carry trade, okay? So for a lot.
My favorite topic, macro and market functions, baggies provide the best explanations. Yeah. The worst explanations. So
a lot of you guys, if you guys don't understand the carry trade, if you don't understand why it's a problem that Japan's 20 years going up and how it puts pressure on
you're jumping ahead on the script.
Our market. Here's how it works. So for the longest time, Japan had like 0% on interest rates and or very close to zero. And America, we were increasing interest rates the fastest you could just this past 3 years. And what happens is, as we increase our interest rates, the really wealthy people of this world start pulling their money out of our market. And
no. Amy, would you like to explain the Japan carry trade?
Let's just finish. Let him finish.
Okay.
And they take it over to Japan and they get a currency exchange because you can borrow money at 0% in Japan. They take Japan's finances, Japan's money and currency, and then as they flip that, they take their money for free, they put it back into the American markets. So what does that mean? That means that they borrow more money for nothing and they get to invest it. This is what really rich groups do, okay? Now, as that price starts going up, hey, you're starting to get margin called. You start getting squeezed because you weren't ready for a 1% tick, 2% tick. And in this case, it's at 2.64. So this is going to be a huge problem for our markets. Your markets will start selling off securities to cover.
I mean, not necessarily. Japan. Yeah, he's legit trying to talk about the yen carry trade and has not a fucking clue. Welcome to my pain.
So wait,
every time I hear these idiots talk
what did
about
he say that they do?
They sell American assets and then they take them to Japan. And well, first of all, he fucked that up because you just use your assets in America as collateral
to buy the yen,
to take out loans in Japan and then go buy out assets elsewhere. Because of the lower interest rates. Like, in fact, the carry trade doesn't even have to be stopped.
Well, I mean, you're borrowing money. You're borrowing yen.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Like, it's
just to sell to get the better rates and interest, and
it's like it's an arbitrage, right? To just take it.
Yes, it's like an example of a carry trade is exactly what I did in AMC. AMC has a ridiculously low cost to borrow rate, and Adam Aaron's going to dilute. So I shorted AMC, and it doesn't matter what the price movement on AMC is. I'm just taking the small haircut of the 50 basis points in AMC's cost to borrow, and then I'm buying short-term overnight treasuries.
Like, I'm too tired to even process. So I'm trying to process what he's saying that it is. So he's not saying, he's saying that they take their money out of USD.
Yeah, that's basically, that's his idiocy.
That's not what you're not there. You're correct. You're borrowing yen.
Yes. And then exchanging that yen for some other
interest rate. Yeah, you're just capturing the interest rate differential. But like,
yes,
I don't know why I cannot process what he's saying right now. He's basically saying you're taking your money over to Japan and putting
which
it
isn't
there.
What happens.
Where do you think? Where's the investment strategy?
Because he thinks you take your money because because this is the ridiculous part of it. You want to take your money over to Japan because of inflation. You're just
nobody's taking their money to Japan.
You're just borrowing in Japan and then taking that yen and exchanging that yen for whatever to invest in that market where there's better yield, better markets, and you get a better return. Even better because you're making money in a market that isn't suffering from Japan level inflation.
Right.
So you get a better exchange rate to buy those back. And even if the Japan carry trade unwinds, you can just rewind it into another because, again, it's an arbitrage trade, as Vet says. You just borrow at a lower rate somewhere else.
Right. I mean, there's so prevalent in Japan is because they've had negative rates for so long, right? Like that's that's the relevance or the prevalence, I guess, and of it being the Japanese carry trade. But because usually when, like in those 3 years he was talking about when we were raising rates, like other countries typically raise as well. And Japan didn't. And they stayed negative for a long time. But I can't even understand what he's talking about.
Well,
so, and it's probably just because I'm way too tired, but
and also on top of this, like he's saying, "Ooh, the markets are going to crash." He has had several videos about how the markets are going to crash this week alone. My big thing every time he says this, he's like, "Oh, but if you buy GameStop, you'll be just fine." It's like, what? Like, if there is some major economic market movement, GameStop's going to take it on the chin too. Like this idea
that's always been the meme stock thing, right? Like they have this, they think that like if the wider market crashes, like I think it's a fundamental misunderstanding of beta, right? Like they think that if their high beta stocks like will react opposite to what the market, but like in the scenarios that they are talking about, like where it's like a big market wide crash, like
somehow
I don't give a shit what beta you're in. Like it's all going the same way, right? Like, I mean, yeah, that's been a theory of theirs for years, and it has yet.
Yeah. We also got more from PP about like I hate this every time I see the too late Powell thing that Trump started. Do they not realize that that's the biggest fucking self-own ever? It's like the whole term of the Fed is too late means that it's going to steer the market into a recession, that they're too late to cut rates because rates are too high because we're heading towards a recession.
Came from Powell. I'm sorry, from Trump, and then Pulte, and now PP.
Yeah, right, but it's basically a tacit admission that the market is fucked, the economy's fucked, and we need to cut rates because, like, the economic growth isn't there to justify the rate.
I mean, this is really rich because what are his two jobs? I mean, doesn't he just sit online and lie to people about Bed Bath & Beyond?
Yeah, he doesn't have a job.
Is he counting his wife's job?
I don't know why he's talking about anybody. He doesn't have even one job.
Like he needs gas to get to YouTube?
Also, yeah, like that's the other thing about this that's hilarious is he's talking about food, home, and gas prices as if the federal funds rate has anything to do with the price of those. like I think someone made the joke. It's like, yeah, I think about the federal funds rate while I'm gassing up my car at the gas station.
I mean, it sounds like maybe minimum wage needs to be higher, not this bullshit.
There's that.
What do I know?
The other big one is the goo-goo eyes over the reverse repo rate, as if these numbskulls even know what the fucking reverse repo rate is.
They don't.
He keeps asking this shit over and over, like, lowest level since, last week. What happens tomorrow? And then it's always nothing. Literally nothing ever.
My lending rate, like it's like
maybe they'll lend less money tomorrow. That's probably what's going to happen.
Well, and it's about collateral shortfall.
Or just
like you put money in
parking
repo
it there
when
overnight.
you have too much collateral, and you pull it out when you need it again.
Isn't that just overnight? They're just parking it overnight to get a better rate, and that's it. Okay, yeah.
PP testing political wars. Well, best of luck to him because his entire, he's tried changing stocks even, and his base has been,
his crowd does not like it, which is hilarious and amazing. I love that.
So he's trapped in his little shithole of Bed Bath & Beyond, and his viewer base is decreasing. Look, at this point, what you do is you should just change and hope you get new viewers because you're just in a black hole to nothingness if you just, but he's too concerned about the money he gets from super chats, so he's not.
So they'll just keep talking about the clock and the teddy book, until the final degree,
until his channel is no more. Which good, he deserves. Nothing could happen to him, as far as that's concerned. So, I guess it's stupid tweet of the week, and I need to fucking find where mine went to because I'm pretty sure I had it bookmarked, and then I think I accidentally deleted it. Whoopsies. So I gotta go find it. Did I post it here? Do you guys have yours by chance?
Yeah. I mean, I've I think I'm just gonna go with
old reliable.
No, I have a couple, and I don't know if I want to go with Nachi thinking he bested Grok.
Oh, I think that one ended up on Meltdown.
And the argument he has with, and like it's so crazy. But I think this one is actually.
Oh, I've got it right here.
I
think
Rob Carter. I don't know. Do you want to pull that up?
Yeah, if you want to go ahead and pull, like, do you have yours platinum? Oh, there
I'm
it is.
too tired. I don't think I'm gonna put one in.
Oh,
I'm
you're
like
gonna miss
just
out.
literally, I'm like falling asleep.
Me too. This guy's got. I had a client at 8. He's gone full. Like this is what happens when you spend all of your days talking to busy brands. This is the level of deception used by a group of people, bots, and other. See that guy can below. If this is simple, an elected official involved should discuss it publicly. But some people in bots have an agenda, and it's not transparency.
Oh God.
So that guy said it went to the officials, and they determined that Berta committed fraud, and then they charged him. Well, nobody's going to come on and talk to you about this publicly because
It's
hello, it is an ongoing case, and they have not even really started it yet. So nobody's going to come on and discuss this with you, Rob Carter. No officials are going to come on and discuss this with you. Yes,
And if Berta was smarter, he
Berta
wouldn't
shouldn't be
there.
discussing it with you.
Exactly.
And like, but I mean, I'm just like, this guy's like journey through to complete baggy stupidity is like, I think it's reaching a fever pitch around here. And that guy responded and said something like, yeah, I've had my account since 2014, but I'm a bot. Saying like,
1 second. My headphones just died for some reason. Amazing. Got a switch now.
I had so many, like, I didn't know, but like that one was just like, look at this guy's progression. Like he has.
Well, this is the most views that he's got
You're making it through the baggy tunnel at breakneck speed, guy.
Well, this is the most views that he's ever had, so he's going to continue to keep playing up to it. Like you even saw the one that he got from having Christine Shaughnessy on, where it was like 5,000 views. Like this dude knows which side of the bread his toast is buttered on.
Right? Like that anyone that Busy Brains brings in with his media contacts, right? They're all trying to exploit them.
Yep.
In one way or another.
Yep.
And Busy is just the pimp that is selling MMTLP ass all over to anyone who wants to buy it.
It's true.
Because that's all of them. All of them exploit them. All of them.
Yeah. So
everyone he brings in exploits them.
I did post this one to Meltdown. Spence making the wonderful return, this time as stupid tweet of the week. 30-day ban on short selling of all U.S. companies. I can't even remember what it was in response to. But dude, bro, weren't you the guy that was like short Riley all this time, even to the point where you got fucking margin called?
Oh my.
So like,
that's never gonna happen.
Oh, they took away the sell button. I can't short sell. Yeah, because you probably are tapped out on your fucking collateral, dipshit.
Yeah, what's the margin, buddy? What's the margin requirements?
I mean, maybe they had no shares available to borrow, and they weren't going to let them nick it short.
Yeah.
Or the requirements went up. Like, and like, who knows? He never does the whole story.
Yeah.
Just like
Fidelity.
They took my shares.
Yeah,
that I had
they
borrowed
took my position
because somebody else. They closed my position, took my shares that I had borrowed because somebody else wanted to short it.
No, because you got margin called, bitch. That's the only time that happens.
Yeah, it was.
You either give them the money or they take back.
Because I think I replied to him and I said, "Why would they close your position?"
When they're making money,
he said because somebody else wanted to short it. I was like,
no.
Nope.
It's funny how fast he's gone back to his baggy ways. Now that Mark Cahodes isn't there to pamper.
He's still there. What do you mean?
Well, I mean, as far as like he's online, but
He no longer associates with them.
Right, pretty much.
Right.
And because he's not useful to Mark anymore. And so he's gone back to being his baggy self.
He was
hilarious.
Mark's in with Tara.
Yeah. So, yeah, that wraps things up for tonight. I know both of you are tired, but any finishing thoughts for us?
Don't be an
Have
asshole.
a good week.
Yeah. Don't be an asshole and have a good week.
Pulte. Rubbing my axe, who's your vote?
Oh, yeah. You gotta see what the poll says. Yeah, we're gonna be relying on rubbing my axe unless some people. Hey, Ben, I know you're there. Put your vote in.
Amy's the winner.
Amy.
Congratulations. He should have voted for me though.
By default.
Amy, it's been a while since you've been the winner. You gotta share the love.
I thought I won like a week or two ago.
Me?
One of them. Yeah, I did.
Maybe. All I know is it's not been platinum for a while, and it's good because she's had like a monopoly on the wins.
Monopoly on the winning. I'm going to bed, guys.
Yeah. All right.
Yes.